Welcome. Sunday night member stream. Hello, members. Hey, Brucifer. Hey, Taladia. Hey, CJH.
Hello, Brucifer. You're late today, Brucifer.
I got stuck binge watching a new show on Netflix called False Profile or Fake Profile. It's
Fake profile. Okay.
yeah, it's a Latin American drama. So good.
Cool. Well, I don't think I'm up for watch party after tonight because, well, first off, Brian's working, and I do want to watch more of Foundation. It's just I kind of want to plan more in advance, and it's freaking hot in my dining room.
No, I understand.
I kind of want to go sit under the air conditioner. I was also working on my bedroom again. I sleep without the air conditioner. Like my wife's the opposite. That's another reason we're in separate rooms. Is she is always hot, and I'm always cold. If I'm hot, it's really hot. So I finally put an air conditioner, an old one that makes a lot of noise, in the room I sleep in too for last night. So I'll be sleeping good tonight because the last few nights I was finally getting the fan wasn't doing it. You know.
We got Crazy of the Joes in the building.
Hey, Crazy Joe. And special shout out to CJ. He worked on some more graphics for the channel. Look at that. He did a little background there. It looks real nice.
Cozy.
Yeah. And he was working on a logo for me, and I might be able to get on another t-shirt. So I really appreciate that. I might put another t-shirt up for sale. I got to get the merch. Yeah, I might put that on a shirt. Right on your heart. Yeah. So how's everyone doing tonight?
Oh, what can I say? I've been a busy man all day today.
Yeah. What about you, CJH? Well, CJH has been working on graphics, and I appreciate that.
I've been working on that.
I apologize that I dipped on the Hulk movie, but I was enjoying it, though. How did that go last night?
I still stand by my statement that I think what ruins a movie is definitely the end fight.
The end fight, yeah.
Which one? 03 or 08?
03. And I say that like the whole fight between, well, they made the father into I believe what's the character's name? Absorbing Man. And I think that ruined the movie. Because it was overall like it's okay up until that point.
Yeah, I understand that.
I agree.
If you are just getting in the chat, or if you're on the panel, we have 5 people watching. Thumbs up the video, please, because we got one person watching.
Hold on.
Woo!
People the hell's going on here tonight?
I think everyone. You know what I think it is? I think. I think
finals tonight.
No, I think. Oh, really? It is.
Yeah, basketball finals. That's why.
I also think that people are so. You really missed the boat if you haven't seen the Spider-Verse movie, Across the Spider-Verse. Like, people are talking about it like crazy. It's a moment.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's tied to the MCU without giving any spoilers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Crazy Joe, did you see it? I can't remember.
I did. I haven't put up a review yet, but I did see it.
But you liked it?
I enjoyed it. I don't think it's nearly as good as the first one. I think the first one's much better. It's a little too busy, a little too hyper kinetic. Like it's just go, go, go. And it like slow down, breathe movie. You're going too fast. But it's not a bad movie by any means. It's quite good. I just think the first one was something really magical, and I don't think they captured it a second time.
Okay, cool.
I seen it as well. You didn't ask me.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Talati. Go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, I saw the movie, and I gotta say I was very impressed by the animation style and a lot of Easter eggs, plus including a bit of Marvel Spider-Man 2 in there. There's a Marvel Spider-Man 2 reference in the movie, so you guys have to watch that. It's a blink and you miss it moment. Also, there's a lot of older Spider-Man people that were in the movie. I can't say who because that would spoil it. All I can say, there's a lot of older Spider-Man in there.
Okay.
And well, can I say this?
Yeah.
I didn't see the movie, but can people stop like bringing their phones into the movie theater?
Well, you
I
can't.
I agree, but you're not going to stop people. This is the way it is right now.
Yeah,
People are posting
But
TikTok.
it's almost like everyone is. It's same with Little Mermaid. Everyone is recording.
No,
I
DJ
agree with
is
you,
for
but that's a battle we're not going to win, unfortunately.
It's for every movie.
Well,
Every movie
when
does it.
movie theaters stopped having ushers walking around theaters, it was a free
Yeah.
for all in the 90s.
Oh, well, the thing is, too, there's a level of lack of respect that people have for each other now, that if someone tells you to stop something and you bought a ticket, people feel entitled, and that would be dangerous for people that work at the theater, honestly. Unfortunately.
I let phones go because I figure that's a losing battle. But with talking and things like that, I am not above getting the usher and getting the person ejected.
No,
I will do that.
I understand. But I'm just saying, for certain things now, people lose their look how short-tempered people are on social media. People just lose. It's like you pick your battles anymore, I guess. Unfortunately,
I guess I don't know. People don't. Maybe it's because of my size. I'm like 6'5". I'm really big. I'm harmless. I'm completely harmless. Like I haven't been in a fight since high school, but I think people tend to back off when they see me because they don't know that I'm harmless. They're just like, I don't want to mess with that big guy. They probably could take me. They don't know that though.
You know that now.
some things we're working on for the channel, everyone. Definitely go check out Taladia's interview with me. We do have a appreciation stream for our great pal Brucifer this coming Saturday. I was very happy with last night's To the Max stream. There's a lot of friends that showed up, which was great. I know also a lot of people are looking forward to Dial's spoiler stream tonight, so I understand why we might be a little bit light on the member stream tonight. So yeah, definitely go support that. I'm bringing back channel of the day for team members of MME, and it really would mean a lot if everyone would retweet and go thumbs up the video to give each channel a little bit boost. That's part of the team. We're going to do that for everyone. I'm probably going to do a channel of the day list in Discord so people know where they come up on the list. And if you're coming up soon, you say, hey, I would really like this to be the video that you promote for my channel of the day time, my turn. And, if you have something coming up that you would really want promotion, it'd be nice if we could do that for every single video, but it's not practical. But I really want to focus on the team at least. And then if you're a friend of this group of amazing channels and amazing content creators, you could still tag us on Twitter. We might retweet you anyway, but specifically people that are part of this group really support each other. I do know some other channels have done this, like in different genres, like video game. They support and be supported. So it really takes everyone's effort to really push some of these videos and get through the algorithm. Hey, Film Goblin, how's it going? You could pop on, man, if you want. The link is in the channel section, the community section.
Welcome back, guys.
Yeah.
Can I real quick get an opinion from the panel here?
Sure.
Go ahead.
I'm debating. I'm debating tonight, in about an hour, going out to see. And here's the thing: I can't decide if I want to do it or not. I'm trying to decide if I want to go out and see the movie The Boogeyman. I haven't heard much about it. I
heard it wasn't good, but
see, that's the thing. I haven't heard positive. I haven't heard negative. I've heard nothing. The trailer tells me nothing about it. I watched the trailer and I'm like, I'm not really getting anything from this. But the reviews are fairly positive. It's like 60% Rotten Tomatoes. So I'm like, they're not bad reviews.
And that's pretty
But-
good for a horror movie.
Yeah, but I'm not getting any feel. Like I watched the trailer twice, and I'm like, I got no feel for this movie. Like I can't. So I'm very ambivalent. Like I don't know if I want to see this or not. Has anyone heard anything?
I heard a few people that said it wasn't good, but I don't know not anyone I follow closely, just someone I saw on Twitter.
Maybe little movie purple pop on because most likely he's seen it already.
Yeah.
Yeah, little movie perp. If you're watching, the movie starts in an hour. So get on here and tell me what you think.
Come on, you want to come on the show? You want to come on the show?
Something else that I want to focus. That's a good question, Crazy Joe. And if you're just getting here, remember, thumbs up that video. We need all the help we can get on these busy summer weekends that are coming up here. People are going to be busy. So in the private, I think everyone on the panel is in the Discord, but if you haven't, go check out the Discord. And then I think if you're on the team, I want to create your own room for the Discord.
There he is. There he is.
Hey, Perp.
I saw Batgirl in the thumbnail. What's going on?
Yes. I thought I could bait you into here.
It was clickbait.
No. I actually want to talk about that. Oh, I got to remember to. I'm not up for a watch party tonight. Just talking about plans, and I felt really good about the stream last night. Perp, it made me very happy to have so many people collaborate. I have reached out to more YouTubers that I haven't talked for a while. I don't want to name them in advance in case it doesn't fall through, but I got a lot of interest in guests to collaborate to expand our growth. And I bringing back the channel today. I think you saw that on Twitter. Every participation really helps. And then on Discord, are you on my Discord?
You know I am.
Okay. So I also want to have everyone that's a team member on Team MME to have their own room in Discord where you could talk about your own plans and what you want to do or ideas for collaboration.
That's not going to work for me.
I'm going to get my own room. Max, I'm going to get my own room. And I can do whatever I want in that room.
Well, you got to you got to.
As long as they don't break TOS. You know what I mean.
Wait.
What do you mean, Crazy Joe? It's not going to work?
He's not on Discord.
I've been on Discord about 3 or 4 times, and every time I delete it, and then I re-download it and try it again, and then I delete it, and I can't figure out how it works. Like I just can't figure out Discord.
I can teach you the ways.
See, I was in Enosh's old Discord, and I I felt like I was stuck in one room, and Cyborg kept yelling at me, and I didn't know what was going on. So,
first off, you have to go to the options and take off notifications because they'll drive you crazy.
Oh yeah.
Notifications drive you crazy.
Mute notifications. Yes.
So another thing too, as well, Max, what we can do is integrate the YouTube membership. So if you guys are memberships that are on the panel that are in the Discord, you'll have a specific role for that.
That's a good idea, but I honestly would want to keep the Discord a little bit less chaotic. With
I know,
members
but the people that are on the StreamYard team that are members.
Oh yeah.
That have got memberships, they will have that specific role for the Discord server then. So then you don't need to worry about why hasn't I got a membership, bro? Well, you will have that then.
Okay.
And
sorry, Senior Nerd.
Sorry, Senior Nerd. I guess you were late.
Hey, little movie perp. Did you hear us talking about you before you popped in?
No, what'd I do?
Yeah, baby.
I was saying I'm trying to decide if I'm trying to decide if I want to go tonight to see The Boogeyman. And I said, I haven't heard anything about it. I haven't heard a good review. I haven't heard a bad review. I've heard nothing. And I can't tell from the trailer really what the story is. So I'm very ambivalent about the whole movie. I don't feel any real, I'm curious, but I don't feel the drive to go. And we were saying you probably have seen it.
I have not. And I'm actually with you where I haven't heard a thing. I just know it exists. I haven't heard good things. I haven't heard bad things. I just know it's there. That's strange. Yeah, I've had the same experience as you.
Well,
that's a digital for me. That's way
Rotten Tomatoes has low 60s for user and critic score.
Yeah.
So,
no, Kavari, no. It isn't public.
Well, the only reason Kavari is I just want it to be for the focus of channel stuff and I mean, if you really want one, at me at Twitter. But if we give you one, you better be behaving in there. No chaos. So we'll do it a case by case basis. If you really want to be in a Discord, hit me. I think you might be in there already somehow, Kavori.
Yeah, he is.
So I think you've been good in there. So as long Jade is one of our mods in there.
Oh, I just sent you the logo, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Look at this CJH was so kind as to make me some graphics. Look at the background and making me another logo.
Nice.
I might make his t-shirts again. What?
Nice.
He's called Baby Hands.
Pops.
He's going what?
He's called Baby Hands because
Baby
he's a
Hands.
raptor. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Because he's a raptor.
At least I'm not a T-Rex.
There's so many sirens right now outside.
They're coming for you,
Really?
sir.
Uh-oh.
Coming for
Well,
you.
is settled
like
down
Goonies.
since it rained? CJ?
Yeah, but not here. Like, I don't know what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
So I got this question for Little Movie Pep, right? What is you've
What's
seen
the
Spider-Verse?
toilet?
Wait, Crazy
No, I haven't.
Joe's
You
his
haven't?
profile pic.
No,
Have you got a bidet then?
no.
We don't
You
know.
haven't got a bidet. Oh,
Crazy
you're missing
Joe
it.
has
You're
a
missing
bidet.
You're
No,
missing
he
I was
said
in
he
there-
liked it. He didn't say he has one. He says it's wonderful.
I was at
mean,
that discussion,
Mhm.
the great bidet discussion.
the
Yeah.
great
Oh,
bidet discussion.
Before we start anything, let me give a shout out to a friend of the channel that was
Mhm.
so gracious to give us early access to his comic books.
Ooh.
Godhood Comics is actually releasing in comic book stores. Antagonist number 1
Yeah.
releasing in comic book stores August 23rd of this year. So it's a great read. Pick up the first issue. I'm pretty sure it's going to go far.
So I could go to my local comic book store and get this ordered?
Yes.
Cool. I think I'm going to do that.
I'll go. I'll tweet a picture. I'll take a picture of me getting in the comic book store with my little
Nice.
raptor baby hands.
Yes.
We need different members of Team MME for shirts too, like a Raptor one, a CJH one, a Brucifer, Taladia, Crazy Joe. Eventually. We
Yeah,
have
my
things. Go ahead.
Yeah, my shirt say no, bitch, I'm not playing.
Hey, yeah, it can. Absolutely.
Maybe I should give some of the ideas that I've done, like the what's the breaking news. Is it actually breaking news?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That would be a good one. You know, to have like the Picard meme where he's like, he's putting his head in his hand and say CGH is breaking news. Sorry.
Breaking news. All right, man. You got me in here because of the Batgirl. What's going on with Batgirl, man?
That's later in the show.
We're talking about plans. We got a lot of plans.
So you gotta wait to the end, buddy.
All right, here's the plan, dude. The plan is you guys always do these watch parties for good movies and movies you like. It's time to do some watch parties to terrible movies. Everyone wants to see your reactions to terrible scenes, awful
we did
scenes.
watch Hulk.
That's not a terrible movie. That's a pretty good movie. That movie, the containment foam, in the end, couldn't contain my excitement of how
I think
much I
we
love that
should
movie.
do watch parties for horror movies.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Scare Mad Max. Could
Yeah.
be
What?
Yeah,
I will need to watch it. I will be on camera. If you watch it with me, I'll try to suffer through it. I'll get a beer
You know
or
what's
something.
on
Yes,
Tubi
that's what
right
the
now?
audience wants.
Yes, we
they
wanna
want
see
us to
Max
suffer. They don't want
scared.
us to see us silent and watching nothing. You know,
Go ahead.
we're all enjoying it.
RoboCop is on Tubi.
Ooh.
All 3 of them, or all 2, 1, 2, and 3 are on.
No, those are
All
horror
right.
movies.
Well, then that's why you got to watch them.
No,
We're gonna
no,
watch
no,
RoboCop
all
3.
three-
Fred Decker,
no.
baby. Let's go.
Never mind, all 3 of them are on there.
Let's watch the third one. It had a cyber ninja. I want to see a cyber ninja fight with RoboCop.
Mhm.
Of course,
Yes.
you do.
Max has
Little
had
Movie
enough
Pep.
of me.
No. I'm just like chill today.
Wait.
I got
have the
out.
Perfect movie.
What?
Perfect movie. Thor. End of Days.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Now we're talking. Shamelessly She-Hulk for Voltaire.
Yeah. Yeah. Where is Voltaire?
We could even do a review adult content night.
What?
I don't know about that.
What?
What?
Well, they got the Fear Lake
some
series up
Some
there.
of them are really good works of art.
Lucifer?
Yeah.
Stop.
Review the plot of some of them?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen the
Thor, End
Fear
of
Lake
Days,
series.
Bleeding Steel. Like Fear.
Oh, we could watch Fistful of Dollars.
Oh, look.
I love that movie.
Yeah, if you like Thor, you'll love Fistful of Dollars. Look at that.
Yeah. Well, maybe he does. It's
It-
been taking
and
a while.
actually, I don't even know how did Marvel not sue that movie?
Because Thor is a Viking
Parody.
god. It's,
no,
no,
but
yeah.
they
it's a
use the
Viking.
they
it's a
use
god.
the same look and the same text.
Yeah, and Marvel copies the same lore. Everybody, Thor isn't owned by any
Yeah.
one company.
Yeah, it's a god. It's a mythological thing.
There's
that
even
everyone
a
made.
Thor movie on Netflix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they own the look.
They even already
don't
did
they?
like that gritty Thor movie where it's like they pretend it's not a Thor movie and it's just a guy walking around for most of the movie, and then they're like, "Dude, you're Thor," and they're like, "Yeah, that that indie movie that all these movies do now. They have like the indie version of it. They did a Thor movie like that.
The mock buster.
No, it's like a lot of movies like they do like especially on Amazon Prime. They have like these underground like indie. They try to take it as seriously as possible. Really good acting. Try to make it as grounded as possible. It's kind of pointless, you know.
Look, Mad Max is on there.
Yeah. Cool.
Man Thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
What about
Jurassic
Man
World.
Thing?
I've seen Jurassic World. I've seen so many of these bad dinosaur movies. Jurassic World takes place in a prison, a woman's prison.
Cocaine Shark.
Oh, Crazy Joe's back.
Yeah, I'm in for Cocaine Shark. What is this?
So did
Netflix?
you do you have a bidet, Crazy Joe? People are curious.
I do not.
Oh, but you just know of them. You just know of them. Okay.
Why? The dinosaur experiment. I saw that one. There was a good found footage dinosaur one.
What is this? Tubi? Is this Tubi?
This is the most Tubi thing I've ever seen.
It's more Tubi than Tubi.
Jurassic Shark.
They did have Thor and Stargate. I remember that.
Oh look, Guardians. I think that one's.
I
think
actually want to see
Russian.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Russian. That's actually pretty good. A superhero movie. I think it's from Russia. I
Prey.
think. Could be wrong.
The
Probably
real
Germany or
Prey.
the
Real
Danny
Prey
Trejo
movie.
Prey. Look, Titanic 2. Look, the sequel.
Van Helsing.
That stars Bruce Davison.
Bruce
Okay,
Davidson.
Cool.
There's Noah Shark.
Baby Shark.
How come they never put the sequels to Sharktopus out on?
I'm sorry,
Blu-ray?
CJH. That could go on forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
can.
great options there. Great options.
You got a lot of options.
Yeah.
They never put the two sequels to Sharktopus out on Blu-ray.
Sharktopus.
Yeah, Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf and Sharktopus versus
Werewolf. I never heard of that.
what was it? I don't know. There were two.
Did they
of
do
them.
like the 6-headed shark one? They keep adding heads as the sequel. It's like it started off as the 4-headed shark and then it became the 5-headed shark.
Hey, Crazy Joe, let me ask you a question. This area of the city that is hosting too many games, are there any comic book stores around there?
Well, yeah. There's. Well, first of all, Too Many Games isn't in the city of Philadelphia. It's closer to Phoenixville.
Okay.
It's very suburban, which
Ooh.
is good because it means you will find parking at the convention center.
Good.
But yeah, it's not in the city of Philadelphia. The closest comic book store is probably the King of Prussia Mall. Has a comic book store.
Is
That's
it a big
probably,
one?
Yeah, fairly big.
Okay.
Actually, no, it's not as big as it used to be. But yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, I believe my hotel is in Prussia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I also made a decision. I'm gonna hang out with you guys. Definitely. Max, you're staying here. I'll hang out with you. Before and after the show. But I'm probably not going to the show. It's just
Okay.
it's just a little too expensive, and it's not not my scene really. Like I was just at the world's worst convention yesterday, and it was like soul crushing. And I told my wife, I can't go to another con.
You did the signatures though, right?
I did. Fan Expo Philadelphia was yesterday, and let me tell you, I would not go to another Fan Expo event if they paid me.
Really?
You could not get me back in. It was soul crushing. It was just the red tape to get in the door. You had to go online to buy your ticket, and then they send you a QR code. So then you get to the building and you line up so they can scan your QR code and give you a ticket. Then once you have that badge, then you have to line up to get a lanyard. So you have to wait in another line. And then you think you're ready to go in? No.
You're
not ready yet. Now you have to go to find another QR code and activate the badge. You have to go online and activate your badge, or it's not going to work. It was like this. It was ridiculous.
Sounds like an Ubisoft game.
I was so angry. I was so angry. I was like,
you're not wrong.
I can't wait for this movie. It comes out next year.
It was a real. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I love Planet of the Apes. I watched all the old movies. I watched the new trilogy.
I love the new trilogy. This is the fourth one of the new trilogy.
Yeah.
Don't forget, the new trilogy is in canon with the original series.
Not necessarily.
It is. It's because
it's soft.
It's because of the time travel. It's because of the time travel in Escape from the Planet of the Apes. The timeline had changed.
Is that the one where they land on Earth?
Yeah.
I just watched that the other day. Oh my god, it was so bad.
I thought maybe this one was gonna be like a reboot of the original. Or they could do a story where it's a reboot of the original.
I hope not. I wouldn't care for that myself. But...
Especially considering not like the Mark one, but like more in line with the reboot. So they have Caesar
Kavari,
and all that stuff.
Kavari, to answer your question, no, I don't think Matt Reeves is doing the next Planet of the Apes.
No. He's busy with just Batman.
He's busy with the Batman. So
I've been saying for years that Disney Plus should have a Planet of the Apes portal. You know how they have they have Disney, they've got Pixar, they've got Marvel and Star Wars. I'm like, just add Planet of the Apes because you've got 9 movies, you've got a live action TV series, you've got an animated TV series, you've got a series of TV movies that are re-edits of the TV series. There's so much content you could put on there.
Yeah. I'm just like, it's such show mode tonight. I'm like, I have topics. So we'll certainly do topics. Did I tell you one of my secrets, guys?
Maybe.
You're really a man.
That's not a secret.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, how can you not know? I exude.
Indiana Jones is on there.
I don't know.
Who's Disney Plus is this?
That's me.
Okay. Oh, so
That's
you got
Canadian
the Canadian.
version.
Okay. I was going to say.
Yeah, he's got the Canadian version.
Yeah, because we don't have none of the Planet of the Apes movies are on Disney Plus in the United States.
Yeah, their version's probably better.
See something crazy? We got the Hulk and Ghost Rider.
Yeah, and Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider will be on the American one eventually because of the deal they signed with Sony.
Yeah, this one I'm more curious why it's on Disney Plus. Does that mean Universal lost the rights?
No, it just means there's different rights for different regions. Like whatever happened is that it's fine to coexist on this platform in that region.
Well, we got all Spider-Man. Spider-Man's on there.
Yeah, well, we finally got Spider-Man. I think.
Planet Apes, see? We got a section.
Yeah.
Alien. We got all the Alien movies.
I think they're all free on YouTube. You can watch them for free.
Alien 3.
With ads, though.
2, Prometheus.
So I was going to bring this up, right?
We got After.
So if you guys did not know, Josh Keaton was like doing his finale for Spectacular Spider-Man, and he talked about his experience where the studio never told him about the show getting cancelled, and the fact that he did an episode for Earth's Mightiest Heroes for the cartoon show, and the fact that they redubbed it and they did somebody else called Drake Bell, who's the singer, to basically do the Spider-Man voice.
He's in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got in trouble.
He got in trouble, Drake Bell did. But Josh Keaton got screwed over for the fact of what he thought was thing. So I felt bad for the guy because the guy was a really good Spider-Man, a spectacular Spider-Man.
I think this is what Disney Plus in America is going to end up doing with Hulu. So we got Star, which is all the Hulu stuff.
Okay,
Okay.
that's cool. We're losing Perp. We're losing Perp though. He wants
Losing
to talk
Perp?
about.
All right.
He wants
First
to talk
topic of the
about.
night.
Well, hold on. I forgot the tag.
I'm here.
Oh, did I tell you what I admitting though? Not that I'm a man. I mean it's
He's a
pretty
Batgirl
obvious.
show.
I
What's that even
used
mean?
to collect Skylanders.
Ugh.
I knew that. Give me something good.
Ugh.
We
Why
talked
do
about
you-
that. You
When
talked
did I talk
about
about
that.
that? When did I
When
talk
we
about
we brought up Disney Infinity, and you brought up that you used to collect Skylanders. This
also
was bull crap, clickbait. I
was
knew
all-
it. You got
I was-
nothing.
I-
Give me a real
I
secret.
have all the Skylanders.
Okay,
How old are
no,
you?
give me a secret. No,
41.
don't let this
Okay.
pass. This doesn't count. This man was like hooking us with a secret. I thought he was going to say like, "Oh, I got a nose job
That's
back in
Master
'98 or
Elon.
something." I don't know.
And I was playing Skylanders today. I was going through my stuff, organizing everything. I got out Swap Force for the Xbox. That's my favorite one because you have a figure, and you could separate it by magnets, and you could swap characters.
Magnets?
Yeah,
How do they work?
Like Chick Magnet.
magnets.
How do they work?
Wow, Crazy Joe's intrigued.
Well, they like attract each other, but if you turn them around, they'll repel each other.
And I was having so much fun playing it again on my big screen TV in the living room.
That's how magnets work.
Wait, you allowed to play in your living room?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
just as long as I don't leave my toys out.
Okay.
Also, if I leave them out, Callie will destroy them because I had a Disney Infinity disc for something that she chomped on it. I don't even know if it works still.
She chomped on it.
Oh yeah,
She
Feels
chomped on
bad,
it.
man. Feels
no,
bad.
she doesn't.
Man.
She does not feel bad. My
She wants to do it again.
She chomped on it.
my expensive TV, my 3D TV. As soon as I got it, she was chomping. I thought she had her bone. She was like, and then it was like extra crunchy. And I'm like, "What do you have?" The remote.
No.
Yeah, but it still works. But it's like dented and the one button's like caved in.
Jeez.
No.
Now she's looking like, "Did someone say my name?" Yeah. You're disaster, Kelly. Okay. All right. So now we should talk about Batgirl.
Thank you.
I'll be stepping out from this conversation.
What?
Why?
I don't want to hear Perp cry.
Because it's back.
Man. Yeah, you do. Yeah, just laugh while I'm crying.
Oh, speaking of that,
Crucifer in the
I-
background. Ha, 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 ha.
I want to apologize to Perp
Why? What
for
did
making
you
fun
do?
of you from the chat when
Wait,
you were on the
I
stream and it had just
discovered-
canceled Batgirl.
I discovered Max's secret.
Okay.
Oh,
Interrupted
God.
Crucifer. Oh,
Wow, that's amazing.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I look like Trump. Vote for me 2024.
Just like Zack
I don't know how I
Snyder.
feel about that.
What you saying? Snyder fans are like MAGA fans again?
No,
Are you
I'm
going with
just,
that again?
Oh, let's
yeah,
not bring that up
I
again,
just
please.
figured I'd drop that bomb again since it,
Yeah, that made lots of people happy.
it's one of
Crazy
my
Joe.
greatest hits.
Oh
I'll
wait,
see-
I
I'm
have
a
a gun.
rapper.
I don't know if about that. I don't need to use a gun.
You have the indie hat
But
falling
that's
off.
for James Gunn.
Yeah, James Gunn.
You can borrow one of my guns.
Yeah, James Gunn. And I have the American flag because
I'll take you shooting.
I'm patriotic. Remember when Mel Gibson ran with the American flag and the Patriot and no one shot him?
Yes.
Yeah.
If I was in that war,
No,
I would have
no, no.
shot him.
You know, we gotta say this right now. There's gonna be an intervention for CJH using the AI stuff.
No, there's
This
not.
wasn't AI. This Photoshop.
Let Seabiscuit run, dude.
Yeah, let him go. Let him go. It's better than a lot of the other stuff I see as AI doing a good job. All right. I finally found the article. Sorry. Thank you, CJ.
Only took 40 minutes. Go
Do
ahead.
you guys think
I
I,
don't know.
should? You,
Yes,
you
go.
guys think I should get a tattoo of the
Oh
Yes.
word
yes, absolutely.
of the word tattoo
No,
written in Comic
No.
Sans?
no, Thug
No.
Life.
Ooh, I
Get
like
Thug Life
that.
in your chest.
I
No,
think
I
I
got
just
it.
want tattoo.
I think you should get a Muppet tattoo.
You should just
I-
do
What's
put
your
Joe
favorite
Joe
Muppet?
for life on your arm.
No. I got a better one.
Do the Muppets
tattoo.
in way of a gigolo from ICP.
No. A tattoo saying the word bidet.
No.
You know my friend YouTuber, the Philly Captain, he has your name tattooed on his butt. Just your name.
Insert here.
That's an anime. There's an anime called Your Name.
I'm also working on cleaning up my computer, all the thumbnails and BS. It's still chugging along.
It's
But
time
here,
for a new PC.
well,
This is AI.
Get a gaming
my
PC.
wife has the nice PC up there that I work on during the day, and then this is just in the dining room for streaming. When I get my office done, my bedroom and my office, streaming room / office / bedroom, maybe I'll think about getting a new PC then. And I
/
can stream.
bathroom.
No, the bathroom's next to it. I'm not putting a bathroom in.
Yeah, accidents happen. It could be a bathroom sometimes.
So this came out a couple days ago. First off, what does this mean? And then secondly, doesn't this, if there's is success with Sasha Calle's Supergirl, and then they do, maybe it seems like Michael Keaton is really loving on the press tour for Flash, because yes, Sasha Calle and then Michael Keaton's everywhere too, promoting this. Don't you think there's going to be a groundswell to have Michael Keaton come back again now that he's back? And if they do actually make a Flash too, what about Batgirl? What about Batgirl and Leslie Grace?
No, save Batgirl.
What?
Save her.
Save her for what?
Because the Michael Keaton's an alternate universe version of Batman. So you just save Leslie Grace for when you're introducing Batgirl. Because one of the things,
But don't you want to see these two, this version of Supergirl and this version of Batgirl, interact together?
Yeah, but do it in the universe. Don't do it like a side version.
But then Sasha Calle's in this universe with Michael Keaton.
Yeah, but Sasha Calle could also be in the main universe. Because they're making Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow.
That would be, I think that's when they will give her blonde hair.
You think they'll keep her, but just give her blonde hair?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's going to be an alternate version of Supergirl, an alternate universe version of Supergirl, but they've already established that because they got two Barrys in this movie, both played by Ezra Miller.
So they could just have Sasha Calle, two versions of her, and then her as blonde hair.
Yes.
Which would still work, yeah. Oh, I'm liking that. You know,
two versions of her.
Yeah, two versions.
CGH,
where
get on that. AI, Sasha Calle with blonde hair.
Yeah, that's messy.
Actually, I'm writing something.
Good.
But
listen, there's 14 people watching. Get those thumbs up
Flash
there.
2, A Flash in Time.
But to be fair, I think that she should have to audition for that part.
Fights a villain called Kronos.
What do you mean? She might not have to audition.
I think they should have auditions.
Well, she's already
for which part?
If she killed it, then that's her audition.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but
Flash is technically her audition.
What for Supergirl?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't. If she's as good as they say, I don't think you need to audition her. Like, I mean, you're not gonna. you're not going to audition John Cena to play Peacemaker again. You know, she's got the role.
So we could put this out as an MMA exclusive. The Flash 2 script leaks, and then they're like, it's great. You know, we won't tell them it's created by AI.
So if let me see, if they were talking to it and having James Gunn make changes back in August, July, he was making changes. They knew they were gonna put this year's movies. When they asked them to watch to write the Superman script. Do you think it was his idea to scrap the Batgirl movie?
No, I don't think it was.
We don't know. I mean, he might have given the green light, and they said, "Hey, this is the plan. This is what we want to do." And he was like, "Yeah, do it."
What if they bring back Leslie Grace, and then they release the Batgirl as an Elseworlds?
I feel they have to bring back Leslie Grace. They did her dirty. If they're going to recast Batgirl, if they're bringing Batgirl into a movie, it would be wrong not to bring her in. Quite frankly,
wait, I got Justice League Part 2 on here.
Oh, good.
Is Batgirl in it?
Is Batgirl in it?
Blondes have more fun. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. She doesn't have to be blonde. It's just
who's Hellbent.
Yeah, I don't give a damn what color.
It would be easier to differentiate if there's two different versions.
I say I don't like the two different versions. I say just she dyes her hair blonde for
just give her a mohawk. Yeah. Mohawk.
Wait, I just wrote a post-credit scene with Batgirl.
Thank you.
You wrote okay.
You wrote.
So what you need
AI wrote it.
I'm not one of these suckers fans that would go in just for a post-credit scene. I want her in the movie, dude. Put her in the movie.
Now what you need to do, CGH, is do a separate Twitter handle where you pretend to be a scooper and drop leaks.
Isn't that what most scoopers do anyway?
Dude, we could actually create this
and then wait for James Gunn to debunk you.
Yeah, dude, we could create this feedback loop / ecosystem where he writes it, and then I'll report it, right? Or someone else reports the scoop.
I'll come back to that, CJ.
Create a fake Twitter handle that says Grace Randolph, and then block everyone so they think you're really her.
Yeah.
John Campion did a 2 hour and 43 2 hours and 43 minute spoiler on Snyderverse.
The Rise of Batgirl.
That's what I think. That's what I think. I thought about doing another Spider-Verse topic too, but I like it.
I like it.
What do we think of this to begin with, though? That the Flash 2 script is done. Does that mean anything, or just?
I actually assume this of every single huge franchise. The minute the thing's coming out, that they already have something ready for the next one, or at least a treatment at the very least. You know.
I just hope it was written by Christina Hodson.
Who?
She wrote the first one, and she wrote the tremendously phenomenal Bumblebee movie, which I just finished watching for the
and Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey, exactly.
Birds of Prey was good.
Yeah,
I love Birds of Prey.
One of the best working screenwriters today.
I like Birds of Prey.
I like some of it.
Also, when was Flash supposed to be ready for?
That was my favorite. That was my favorite version of Harley Quinn in Birds of Prey. I think she was perfect in that movie.
I say Birds of Prey has the second best DCEU fight ever. With that
wrong.
Yeah. Right. What's the second best? What is it?
Second best. I think the second best would have to be
Man of Steel.
No. Batman vs Superman, baby.
Then what's number one?
Number one is the Justice.
They're all the top 10.
Number one is Batman's warehouse fight. Everyone agrees. Even the people that hate BVS agree that that's like the best fight scene.
Not me.
See, I'd go Shazam versus Savannah.
Shazam.
Shazam, please.
Yeah, Shazam versus Savannah would be my number one. And number
over
two would
BVS?
be number
warehouse
two would
fight?
be the Suicide Squad when they're shooting the dudes with their
Joe.
Yeah.
No, Joe, they're just pointing and shooting.
I know, but the one dude had his dick hanging out. It was hilarious.
Movie Pip. No, wait.
That
Wait, what?
Wait,
that
Max,
goes over choreography that is
Max, would you mind if I say
peen,
something?
that his peen was hanging out.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
And we
Did you
gotta be
like?
careful 'cause I have to get
Did you hear about Teen Wolf? Did you like Teen Wolf's end credits then, Joe?
Oh, Teen Wolf, yes, the dude up in the stands.
The guy in the stand showing
Yeah.
his little Teen Wolf.
You're driving me to drink crazy. I need to
Teen
get some more beer.
Wolf.
Hold on.
I'd say,
Now
right,
to play.
here's my top 5 picks, right? Number
Uh-oh.
1, obviously, I think personally, is the warehouse scene, right? That's a given, right?
That's what I said.
Number 2
Boo.
Birds of Prey.
is not
It is.
Birds of Prey. You crazy?
Yeah. No,
You
I'm not.
crazy?
It's from the guy that did John Wick. You're gonna argue against that guy? Nah.
No, I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
gonna
it was
say the
good.
Wonder Woman No Man's Land.
Yeah, that's good too.
No
That's
Man's
good
Land
too.
was a very.
Yeah, I don't hate that pick either. You're right.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And number 3 is Batman facing off against Superman.
Nope.
the
That
armor
was the
suit.
most boring, most disappointing fight scene ever.
Yes.
The dude got a sink and just hit Superman with a sink. With a
That's
sink,
number
Taladia.
3. That's
Taladia,
number 3.
dude, over Birds of Prey. Get out of here. No.
I mean,
no.
I'm a Snyder fan.
That
I'm a
was like the
Snyder
word.
bro.
That was like, and I was going for it because Zack Snyder's
And-
action is always amazing, and that fight scene
Batman
just completely
fight
disappointed.
And
versus
Birds of
Willis.
Prey. Birds of Prey had that fantastic scene in the fight where
Yes, in
she
the-
had to
in-
stop and give Black
the evidence
Panther
warehouse.
a hair tie. I love that.
The
My,
evidence
my
warehouse.
number 2 is Peacemaker versus the alien after he just slept with her in the
What?
apartment. That was great.
What?
That was
Oh, that's
pretty
great.
good.
That's good too.
What?
The one
You
where
didn't
he's in
watch
his underwear.
Peacemaker?
The one where
Yeah,
he's in his underwear, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Batman
Yeah.
versus Superman.
Man, John
My
Cena killed
favorite
it in that
one.
one.
Batman versus Superman was believable for me
Believable.
when it was.
Mm.
Yeah. That,
okay.
that
But
they
you
could-
like that fight? Like it was so
Yes.
not creative. What was the best move? What was your favorite move that he did? What was the awesome like Zack Snyder did an awesome camera shot? Like what was it? There was nothing in there. They were throwing each other around. That's it. They were
Nah.
breaking walls like the Matrix in
I-
'99.
I liked when he went down from the top of the building right and crushed Superman on the bottom floor.
He didn't crush him.
Or
Nothing
he
beats
kicked him
Superman.
down.
Nothing beats Superman versus Superman. And
There was
Superman
no
3.
creativity in that fight whatsoever. And this is like think about like
Ah.
the Smallville fight in Man of Steel. How many things are going on while like Superman's trying to fly away? You have that one guy grab him, the other guy punches him. Like there was so much creativity and choreography. There was none of that in the Batman versus Superman fight. None of that. To the point that they're literally, as you said, he's like, oh, he kicks him down, then he picks him up, and then he's gonna throw him, and then he's gonna get a sink. He's gonna get a freaking sink. Okay, he has a metal suit, and he's getting a sink to punch Superman with.
Was it a kryptonite
Yeah.
sink?
So stupid.
What about this fight?
It was a decent fight.
that was
Superman
good.
versus Superman.
And
in
then
Superman
violent.
3.
I
That was great.
also like when they got Steppenwolf. Aquaman gets him in the back in the Snyder cut, and then Wonder Woman cuts off his head, and his head goes through the portal to Darkseid's feet. That was pretty legit.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
What
it's all right.
That's what I'm saying. Zack Snyder's always on it, except for that one fight scene he could have done amazing. He drops the ball, but he's
What-
amazing
what
in everything else.
the fight against Thanos in Endgame?
That was fine.
I like the Hulk versus Thanos, and then I like I like some of the fighting against Thanos. I don't know.
Or
I don't know.
Killmonger?
We'll have to do a tier maker next members live. Best comic book fight sequence.
Yes.
Winter Soldier's gonna take it, dude. You can't
Yeah.
beat that highway one.
Yeah, I can't agree with you there.
Number 1 will be 300.
Sorry, I can't
Fight scene.
disagree with you there. Sorry.
Top
That's
five.
Yeah, maybe Batman
It
takes
is
that one.
Comic book.
I also do like the Batman warehouse sequence too, but I think going back, there's a lot of stuff in the Batman fighting Superman though. I disagree with you, Perp. You know,
There was a
throws him
couple
around.
there was a couple cool moments where Batman's like punching him in the face over and over again, and then it stops. But it's like the same punch over. Like again, there was no creativity. He's just punching him, and then punches
Wait.
him again, and punches him, and punches him.
Oh, there is
No,
a tier maker of this already.
Yeah.
Where's
Okay.
Shang-Chi? That bus fight was pretty sick too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good. Somebody tried to tell me the other day that Shang-Chi wasn't very good. I'm like,
we'll
what is
get to
wrong
that,
with you?
CJ.
That's
But
great.
we gotta cover. We keep straying away from this topic here. I want to see what this is talking about.
And we're
About
50
this.
minutes in.
Yeah.
There was plenty of talk regarding whether Ezra Miller will play the Flash again after their recent actions, and things haven't exactly been looking good. That is until now. During a recent interview with Variety, the Flash director Andy Muschietti revealed that if he did a sequel, Miller would be the man under the cowl. If a sequel happens, yes, Muschietti revealed.
Man.
He misgendered, or
I don't think that's true.
They will be under the cowl.
I don't think that's true because I distinctly remember reading an interview with Ezra Miller several years ago where Ezra Miller said he used he, him pronouns. Now I know the press always says he uses they, them, but I heard him say he uses him.
As long as people don't do it just to be a jerk, I really don't have a problem with this. I mean, I would prefer we try, but
until I hear Miller say, because I remember reading an interview where Miller said I use he, him, and then I read the press go, no, he uses they, them, and I'm like, well, the press is saying this, but I heard Miller say the other. So until I hear it from Miller, I'm assuming he goes by he, him.
I think look at his arrest. He does that to the cops. He said he's being misgendered.
I don't know then.
See, the thing is, Crazy Joe, people change their minds on this too.
Maybe that's it. Maybe they changed their mind. I don't know.
There may have been an interview way back, and where they changed how they represent themselves. Okay,
or they only do it with cops.
Yeah.
They're trying to get a suit going or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But see, this is. I would prefer we don't get too sidetracked with the pronoun conversation because it happens. We'll try to be good. I think also Muschietti had no ill intent here. Intention is key to all these things, right? What is the intention of Muschietti? Just to talk about how he believes.
Everybody love everybody. Come on.
Everybody love everyone. Come on.
But it's all nonsense because no matter what Muschietti says, when Warner Brothers tells him, no, we're not working with Ezra again, he doesn't get a say.
What's the intention of this, though? Miller will be the person they would be.
It's just a mistake. We heard Muschietti in the red carpet, and he referred to Ezra as they, them.
Yeah, so he's just saying Ezra is the
just
person he wants in the Flash 2 if it happens. And he's going to fight for that.
But that's marketing. That's marketing. The movie's coming out. You can't say.
No, I believe Andy would stick by Ezra.
You can't. Ben Affleck said on the red carpet that he was going to keep playing Batman in the Matt Reeves movie.
Yeah, no, it's a bad sign that he's not doing they are not doing interviews. That they're purposefully they made that statement. It's been come out in the press. They are not going to be doing any of the promotion. They're only doing pictures in the red carpet. That's a bad sign.
Well, after the movie releases, they will be doing signings and interviews.
So that's a good sign.
After the movie releases, I didn't hear that. I heard why not before. I don't understand.
Limited.
They don't want to take the focus off the movie.
Wait a minute. The writer
come up
of
either way in the interview, but
the writer of the article misgendered.
Okay,
Andy himself.
Let's move.
Let's move. Yeah, I agree. I understand you're trying to be CGH. Just so you know, CGH tries to really accommodate people's requests. That's all he's doing.
Good for him.
Good for you at CGH. But we do need to move on because I want to get to what we're really talking about here is that Andy supports Ezra and that if Flash 2 happens, would like Ezra to return.
But we don't even know. We don't even know if Muschietti really supports Ezra.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't. That's marketing. That's marketing. You
don't
say.
The first three reemergence of Ezra, Crazy Joe, was with Muschietti. There was a press photo of them walking together.
Okay, they were walking together. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean you're bringing them back for the sequel.
I trust the man on his word, Muschietti.
CGC, which is they do all the grading for comic books and other video games and stuff. They're having a private signing with Ezra Miller on July 7th for 2023.
Great.
Okay.
I think I'm going to trust. I'm not going to read too much into it. I'm going to trust that Andy's has every intention to bring Ezra back if Flash 2 happens. I trust him on that.
Where was this energy for Zachary Levi?
Zachary Levi is nowhere near as talented as Ezra.
Oh, get the hell out of here!
Facts.
Get the hell out of here!
I actually agree with
opinion,
Max on this.
In my opinion, no
was
range, a one-note entertainer.
Zachary Levi he's got ass loads of talent.
Does have a nice ass.
You know who has talent?
The ass was the good part.
The
Yeah,
person that filmed. That animated a scene in the Spider-Man movie.
Okay, don't spoil it, please. I
I
haven't
won't
seen it.
spoil it. I
Okay.
won't spoil, but
Okay.
the person that animated.
But don't even
it-
say, "Oh, there's a live action" or anything. I don't know anything. I
No,
don't know
no. The
anything.
person that animated it is 14 years old.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's not a spoiler. All right.
But I that's my difference there. I do want to keep I want to try to be consistent.
Talented.
But
Wait, so you don't think
Ezra-
they're so
Ezra
the
has a-
consistency? No, because they're both like they're all saying the same thing essentially, right? And you were hard like Zachary's definitely gone, all that. So you're saying it was different because Ezra's a better actor?
I don't believe it's politics or anything. I think you keep around the talent if there's social media issues. Depending on, I don't think Zachary is worth the effort.
Oh,
Do you-
Levi's
do you-
definitely going to be back, though. He will definitely be back.
How
There are two
in
ways
the
around it.
world, Crazy Joe? How in the world that
Do-
movie
do you
bombed so
thi-
hard?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that it bombed because you don't have to bring him back in Shazam 3.
That's
Shazam,
true. Yeah,
Shazam bombed. You could bring him
Cameo.
back on Waller. You could bring him back.
that
on
would be
Easter.
good.
And they left the
yeah.
they literally left the opening for that to happen in the movie.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't
I-
know,
on
man.
that-
I
on
tried
that
watching
point-
that Shazam movie.
On that point, I would love to see Shazam and Zachary Levi as a cameo character on Waller, but then it's gonna be quite different to see a family friendly character in that world though too.
And that's what makes it so funny. You pair
Okay.
him up with a guy who's so inappropriate like John Cena. You got perfect comedy right there.
Hey, but
No,
the
but
thing,
the thing is,
the-
the thing is though, Crazy Joe, Zachary Levi's done as Shazam. I'm
No,
sorry
he's
to
not.
say this.
He's
No
not.
way. No way. He's friends with James Gunn. And James Gunn's
You might- you
not
might
going to
think
hold that box office
Well,
against him because we know
He
why
will.
that movie failed at the box office. That movie failed at the box office because there was this ridiculous perception that it quote unquote
You
didn't
sound like a
count.
Snyder fan.
But this is the
Yeah.
facts.
Making
This
excuses
is
for
the facts.
No,
And you're part of the problem, Max, because you didn't go see it.
I think these three are staying.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, no, I agree with two of those three.
I agree with all three.
Gal.
no, I
I
No,
think the
man.
general public didn't care about Ezra then, and they don't care about Ezra now.
Yeah, but Warner Brothers cares.
all these
Warner Brothers lawyers
they
care.
are so replaceable. They are so
No.
there's like anyone can not play Flash. Ezra's like he's good, but come on, anyone can play Flash.
Anyone
There's
can
so many
play
great
Flash, yeah.
actors that can play Flash.
but
Why
Gal-
why even have that? Not only that, like James Gunn has his own thing, his own origins. He has to worry about in this origin that I'm working in, I have to worry about what Shazam's doing over there, right? Like it's just better to just reboot the whole thing.
no,
It's-
but
it seems
hey,
that's a headache.
Hey, Larry.
Creatures Commandos now has to worry about Shazam. No,
no,
that-
Little
he's
Movie
gone.
Pep as well.
Flash is gone. They're all
Little
gone.
Movie,
They're
Little
not-
Movie
no,
Pep as
no
well. Gal is done as well. Like,
Gal's
Oh,
back.
I doubt
Gal's
it.
gonna
They're
be
all
back.
gone.
They're
No,
announcing
all
Gal.
gone.
Wait till
No.
Comic Con. They're going to announce Gale's back. She's
no, she isn't.
Well,
All
somebody
the
clip
evidence
this
says
so
she's
when they
gonna be
take
back.
the L's, we have
Gunn
proof.
shouldn't
have-
need this headache.
all the
Doesn't even
evidence
need
that
this
she's
headache.
coming back.
Let's be better about debates here. None of us know for 100% certainty. It just doesn't look that way to a lot of us, Crazy Joe. Yeah.
Max, that there is something that I can say that proves that she is returning as Wonder Woman, and that is the fact that she didn't promote anything in regards to Shazam, but when it came down to the Fast and Furious franchise, she
Yeah.
instantly tweeted out about that. So you can't say that she's back when she hasn't promoted anything for
Why
Shazam.
would she promote it?
Because
she was
she's
a, she was
in
a,
it.
she was a
She
cameo.
was in it.
Yeah,
She
she
was
was a
in
quick
it.
cameo deal. Why would you promote that?
Henry Cavill promoted
get-
Black
to-
Adam.
Yeah, how'd that work out for him?
I know, but it happened. It happened.
Better than Shazam.
Yes, exactly.
And we all know why
Exactly.
Shazam failed. Shazam failed
Because
there
they
was a
because
perception
they didn't
that,
market Wonder
quote-unquote,
Woman.
didn't count.
You sound like a Snyder fan, Crazy Joe, that says it failed because they didn't release the extended cut of
Well,
BVS.
is that not true?
That
Is
is
what I'm
true.
saying not true?
That is true, but BVS
Yeah,
is a
there
lot
you go.
more profit, or a lot more box office than Shazam 2.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
but
the
is
point
the
is
lowest-
nobody liked it.
I
The
think
only reason
Morbius might have done
BVS,
better.
the
I
only
don't
reason
know.
BVS did so well in the box office because it's Superman and Batman. It could have been Superman and Batman standing around having tea or playing chess. It still would have made $800 million.
Yeah.
The James Ivory Batman versus Superman.
You're hurting me into
You know that we almost
God, it's
got,
true.
I thought
we
you were promoting
almost-
love
The
here,
Jane
but-
Champion.
we almost
It
got
is
a
my
Batman
month, so leave
versus-
me alone.
Oh, go
We
ahead,
almost
CJ.
got Batman versus Godzilla movie.
Oh, I love
We
that movie.
almost got it.
King Caesar.
What did how does
What
he
does that do?
how would you
Man,
what would he beat him with? How
but
would he
he's
beat
got
Godzilla?
prep time. He's got prep time.
What?
How would
What is
Batman
this?
beat Godzilla?
This was in the 60s. They thought about this.
Oh, if it was in the
Was this
60s, they were just gonna
Adam-
make him grow big too.
Yeah.
It was Adam
Listen,
West.
let's not get Crazy Joe's throwing that, please. But Kavari, I like Ray Fisher's acting, and I loved seeing him at Full Circle getting applauded by the crowd. I think he's an amazing actor. I think he took things way too personally with what happened at Warner Bros., which is hard not to. Imagine if you had a horrible work experience and really took it too far on social media, which many have. So I know Crazy Joe, you probably have some.
Well,
thoughts on
not for
Ray.
nothing.
Well,
No one,
this is
no one,
amazing cyborg. Amazing.
no
This
one
is
knows
like the
what
double
really.
whammy for me.
We almost got a Batman
Go,
v Superman
go ahead,
before
Bruce. For we don't-
Snyder.
No,
Yeah,
I'm saying, no one knows what really happened.
Yeah.
Happened to him.
yeah.
You know, just because people don't like him speaking about it online doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Yeah.
He
No
he
one- we
lost
weren't
me
there.
when he lost me when he went after a guy who wasn't there.
Walter
You know, I
Hamada.
was with him when he went after the guy who was there, Joss Whedon. But then Walter Hamada, who was never a part of this when that movie happened, then after he got the investigation that he asked for, he went after Walter Hamada. And it's like, wait a minute, you're going after a guy
He felt he
who
was
wasn't
trying
even
to
there yet?
He in his perception, he felt like he was trying to cover for Jeff Johns.
Well,
But
I don't
he-
like Ray Fisher, and I also don't like calling people Karen. So that's a double whammy for me. There's people out there who have the name Karen. That's their name. That's the name their parents gave
I
them.
have a
And I think it's
article.
offensive to turn that into a negative.
I have an
come on.
article in the private chat.
I don't want to read this article.
Please.
Oh my God, CGH. You're gonna make me react to this article. All right, you're a member. You got actually he has this. Are you wielding your sword of power for this, brother?
I'm pretty sure
You're pretty sure you are.
I was.
Okay. What is he?
know.
What is he? This article.
But I'd actually have to check.
All right, let me read this article. This is
Please.
gonna.
Oh wait, I'm gonna upgrade.
Please, no antagonizing anyone. Jeez.
Oh my dear Lord.
Now
Try
I
to
am-
antagonize me.
I
Now I'm
disavow.
wielding now.
Oh, thank you, CJH. I thought you were still. Well,
Oh
you're
my
part
God.
of the, you're part of the
Oh, I
team anyway. You're
upgraded.
part of
I
yeah. You're,
upgraded.
oh, you upgraded. Thank
So-
you. Thank you.
So, guys, I was
Thing
just saying
that defined it
guys, I was
defined the
just-
Snyderverse.
guys, I was just saying something crazy.
Okay.
Not
Whoa.
relation to not related to this,
Crazy.
Does
but
it-
it's
Does
kind
it
of
define the
Yeah.
Snyderverse?
Did aliens drop down from
No.
the sky?
Does it define the Snyderverse?
no. It's
I'll be back after this
it's
topic.
actually
Wait,
Where are
can
you
stay
going,
here.
Bru-
You're
Brucifer?
gonna make it
I
better.
Stay
don't know.
here.
I'm gonna be in the middle of this shit now.
no.
No,
it's
just
not-
stay,
Brian,
man.
not
Brian
big
isn't even here.
I like this,
Wait,
CJH.
wait,
Go
wait.
do the article. Wait, what do you
Wait.
mean?
I'm pulling up
This is the
Brian.
article.
Wait. Time
Crazy
out.
Joe is ready.
is-
He's just
this-
gonna be shaking his head.
I agree
This
with
is
Crazy
to
Joe.
do
by
with
the
a
way.
cancelled. This is
What?
to
It is,
do with the.
it is a slur. technically.
can't. This is to do with the cancelled video game that was taking place in 2007.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna
What, he's
show
trying
you
to change the
guys.
subject.
What? Why are you changing? Oh,
This
No,
is a
because
very
I
important
was sent
article.
something really cool. It was very, very cool. Mind if I
Stay
All right,
on
all right. We'll
top,
get
everyone.
we'll get to there. Well, I promise you, CJ will cover it. What is
Wait,
this?
is this
So-
oh,
This is
Deadshot?
apparently
this is AI.
Or is,
Deadshot.
no, this is from The Dark
No.
Knight.
No, this is from the Dark. Apparently, a Dark Knight game was maybe made in 2007, a AAA game, but it got
Well, didn't
cancelled.
they make a Batman Begins game?
Yes.
There was a Batman Begins game, but this was posted about 3 weeks ago.
Hey, Kavari, be
got
nice.
electrocution.
I don't want you using that, please. That's a warning. This is Pride Month too.
So that, so this is some concept art I thought I'll just share with you guys, because I was just done this in the last few minutes.
This is what I don't like about movie adaptation video games, and I hope they change it in the DCU. The fact that
But yeah.
they're nothing like the movies.
I just thought
Okay.
I'd share it with you guys anyway.
That looked cool.
So
That looked
because
cool.
it
Thank
was
you.
breaking news to me.
All right.
Thank
cool,
you.
Cool. All right. So
No problem.
from the sort of power member CJH, 10 mistakes. Oh, I can't even say it without taking a breath. Because these are probably
who banned Kavari?
huh?
Someone banned Kavari.
Well,
somebody,
that's fine. Okay. All right. Let's get back. All right.
What is going on?
Okay.
What is going on
10,
today?
10
I have no
mistakes
idea.
that define the DC Snyderverse. From killing Superman too early to tonal issues and everything about Black Adam, the Snyderverse's death is as disappointing as its life.
How can I say that?
Releasing the Snyder Cut is a mistake? What? Oh,
Damn.
God, it's gonna be one of these.
Well, look what the damage it's caused.
No, releasing art is never a mistake.
I love the silence of Brucer
No,
too, by the way.
releasing art is never a mistake.
It was a massive mistake.
Brucer,
It was a
I'm
massive
sorry.
mistake. It divided the fan base and it effectively killed the entire universe.
Okay. Well,
And
look
the
what you
Joss
did,
one
CJ.
was better.
And now people use
No,
the Snyder
you
Cut.
CJH, you're feeding Crazy Joe. I know exactly what you're doing.
I've been saying this for a
Question.
couple of years that releasing the Snyder Cut was a massive, massive
Oh, my
error
dear
in
Lord.
judgment.
I don't think I can make it through this article.
Well, I'm glad it came out, but there's definitely been a fallout within the community.
It
emboldened the negative trolls.
no,
Yeah, it was bad.
There's trolls in every fandom.
There's trolls
That's
in
not
every fandom,
That's
but
very
this
true.
not
trolls,
excusing the trolls. The reason they're more organized is because they had a win. They got it
but
released.
when you reward the trolls for negative behavior, when people go and do negative things online,
problem
and then you
is
say,
you
"Here's
have a
that thing you're
studio-
asking for,"
The problem is you have a studio that matches the toxicity of toxic fandom.
Well,
so?
That's
can
the
I,
problem.
No,
can I
No.
just say? Can I
no,
just say that
that
I
studio it worked in the same capacity as any other studio.
Well, I think they should have put the foot down as soon as Snyder filmed that nightmare sequence. When he illegally filmed that scene.
He didn't illegally film the nightmare sequence. It was
That whole sequence was not allowed.
It was the Green Lantern sequence.
Which was part of the nightmare sequence. He added the nightmare sequence after the fact.
He could not have got Jared Leto back if that wasn't approved. That part.
What was Jared Leto doing?
Jared
Like the
Leto was
movie-
Joker in the Zack Snyder's Justice League with Batman post-apocalyptic nightmare sequence where Darkseid took over. There's the evil super.
This scene right here, where all of them are side by side to each other, was where the Snyder cut ended, and then Zack Snyder filmed extra footage.
Okay.
Is that true?
The driveway sequence.
That aspect ratio drives me nuts too. He needs to release the
He
freaking
confirmed
normal.
it in the full circle.
Yeah, when Ben Affleck was saying, "Okay, Zach," but that's still talking about that scene with him with Green Lantern. That was just an extra thing.
Yeah, but
that
was filmed after COVID or during COVID.
Yes. I'm not clutching my
I'm not clutching my in the original.
Fine. I'm not clutching my pearls over someone filming in a driveway. I think that's cool. I know people find issues with it because they don't like Zach or whatever reasons. I honestly think if James Gunn did it, people are like, yeah, that's awesome. So whatever.
No.
It was a driveway sequence.
I don't think James Gunn would do that.
Okay.
That man's about safety, protocol.
Okay. That's
professionalism.
Fine. I think
trauma.
Zack Snyder did trauma is professional as well.
I'll say this: Green Lantern would have made more sense to the movie because Martian Manhunter didn't make any damn sense at all.
They wouldn't let him use Green Lantern because they've been working on Green Lantern for years.
When they revealed earlier on in the movie that wasn't actually was it Martha? It was It was Martian Manhunter. That it completely undercut all the scene completely.
Oh gosh, darn it! This is
number 9. That's a good one. The tone never felt right. Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay,
it's number 9.
All right, let me speak on this whole. I can't stay quiet anymore.
Crucifer, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
me and Talon are getting beat up here.
This whole troll thing and blah blah blah.
Private chat.
There's, they may have gone too far at one point, but they've been pretty calm and collective and organized and positive. And then you have people that are pro-gun that have been antagonizing them for the last year. You know what I'm talking about, Max.
Do you think we're doing that here?
No, I'm just saying in general.
Okay.
But it's people have their passions. Look at Star Trek and Star Wars fans. How far they go.
Zack Snyder fans have been made fun of for quite some time, and it doesn't justify anything.
Wait, Bruce just left.
Because he dropped the mic and left.
No, I didn't do that. Somebody put me out.
Oh,
who put him out?
I don't know.
Not me.
All right, Larry Corkwitz, $2. He filmed Nightmare and
$2.
And Green Lantern. They approved except Green Lantern. Yes. Yeah, I too, Voltaire. That's my opinion. People have a real issue with it. I think they're a little bit of pearl clutching, honestly, but I get it. It's not like, yes, there's a risk. Anything you film is going to be risky.
Wow.
But
what about the
green screen? Go ahead.
Why are we still talking about the Snyderverse?
Because of CGH brought up the article. Well, go ahead, Perf. Go ahead.
Seems like this article was just to piss people off and antagonize people. Seriously.
Go ahead, CJ. Or go ahead, Perp.
What do you think of the taking of the hard drives, Max? What about that?
I think it's awesome.
Really?
Stealing?
Yeah.
It was stealing.
It's complicated.
It really was.
I'll give you the shooting. I'll give you the shooting. And by the way, it's not just pearl clutching. I think it was the shooting with the COVID thing that might take it to an extra level. If you just shot it in his backyard in a normal day, yeah, badass guerrilla filmmaking. But it's like the breaking of the protocols when we don't know what's going on, all this stuff. It's a little haphazard. It's a little haphazard. So that's all we're saying.
There's one man in front of a green screen at a time.
Okay, so why did he need to break COVID protocols then?
I mean, they could have been in the driveway, and they would, if as long as they didn't press play on the camera, now it's horrible because he filmed in front of a green. I subjectively think there's distance there. It's not like they're doing a makeout session or a battle. They're just in front of a green screen. That's my. I mean, you want me to be my honest? That's my honest thoughts.
Okay.
That's my honest thoughts.
Well, it's kind of like the movie Escape from Tomorrow, where they illegally filmed in front of at Disneyland, and they made a movie.
Yeah.
I think Disney sued them or something.
Yeah. I don't even know how they got away with that.
No,
it played at Sundance and everything.
You're right. The Snyder Cut wouldn't even be released if he didn't bend the rules. You're right.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I think I kind of agree with you where it's like he got what he needed to do to get the movie done. It's the stealing of the hard drives part. That part is where it's like,
yeah, but
that's a bad one.
If you had,
and maybe it's because the Batgirl guys didn't fucking do that. Sorry.
Well, honestly, there should be better contracts that help creatives in these type of situations because the contracts are totally sided to the studio. They could chop your work up to shit, slap your name on it, and damage your whole career.
Well, I think the movie was
right.
The Snyder Cut was going to get released regardless. It's just that added scene was not part of the whole deal.
Next topic.
Can we at least get to 4?
The tone never felt right. The Martha scene was brilliant.
No, it wasn't.
No,
I hate the Snyder movies, and I will defend the Martha scene to the death.
He had no reason to say that.
The Black Adam braggadocio.
What does that have to do with the Snyderverse?
People felt it was very Snyder-esque, and it was supposed to be a return, and it didn't do well. Sequel problems. I agree with that.
Well, it would have did better if people didn't boycott it because of a suit.
Really, we don't know how much that. We don't know how much actually boycotted because I think a lot of Snyder fans saw Black Adam. It's just there wasn't enough audience. I agree with the Crazy Joe there. This character only has so much of an audience, even if Superman's in it.
Yeah, most people on the street have no idea who the hell Black Adam is.
Yeah. Sequel problems. But Fury of the Gods died on the vine.
Yep, because of people thinking it didn't count.
Releasing Batman v Superman instead of an actual Man of Steel sequel. Many people blame Zack. That was not his decision.
Who blames Zack?
Everyone. Not everyone. Lots of people. Lots of people blame him for rushing into that.
The general audience doesn't even know who Zack Snyder is.
No, but they blame them rushing into Batman v Superman before he was developing.
I thought it was very well known that it was the studio that pushed him to catch up to Avengers.
I never agreed with the narrative, but there was a narrative out there that quote unquote DC was rushing it. They're rushing it. And I'm like, I don't see that what you're seeing. I don't see them rushing it, but
they're
that
just
was
doing it different. Yeah.
Misunderstanding Superman, overly dark.
That I agree with completely.
Okay.
Suicide
was butchered in the editing room. I agree with that.
Release the haircut.
Yeah.
Never happened.
Killing Superman so early killed the franchise.
Correct.
No, that didn't kill the franchise.
Yeah, that's kind of true though, because they couldn't use him in the marketing for Justice League then.
So that story arc did a lot for Superman the comics in the 90s, right, Brucifer? It's very popular.
Yeah, but you know what?
But he had so many comics before it.
There was between 8 and 12 million copies of the Death of Superman sold.
It sold a lot, but you know what? It's not a very good story.
But that was one of the most popular Superman storylines.
That is the perfect that is the perfect story to adapt, Crazy Joe, because you can make it better.
And I will say every adaptation I have seen has been better than the comics.
Yeah, there you go.
Batman v Superman's Doomsday was much more interesting than the comics. And Smallville, who basically turned him into a Hulk, where he was turning into like Doomsday and didn't know it, and it was Sam Witwer. That was much more interesting than the comics, because in the comics, he wasn't even a character. He was a plot device. He was just there to come out of nowhere and beat Superman to death.
Yeah, this list is full of crap. This number one sucks.
I agree totally with this number one. You should hear.
No reason. You may think it was not executed well, but there was definitely a reason he decided.
I should right now go and get my wife and bring her on here. You really want to hear a rant about this?
The point of Jonathan Kent dying is that he dies of a heart attack, something that Superman cannot
Yes.
save.
Yes, a natural death.
Like
There's
Buffy
different
and the body.
there's room for adaptation. This was a beautiful moment
No, it
where
wasn't.
he
That
said,
wasn't.
"No, son, you."
No,
he
son,
cared-
let me die.
Beautiful
Let me
moment.
die. No, no.
Let me sit here and watch my father die.
No, that was
So
bullshit.
his secrets.
As someone with a
secret
dead father, that
identity-
was bullshit.
His
Let-
secret identity didn't get revealed.
No, Superman can move so fast, no one would have noticed.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you serious?
This was garbage.
That would have killed him, though.
What would have killed him?
If Superman moved that fast to save Pa Kent, that they can't see him, that would have killed Pa Kent.
It would not. He does it all the time.
You don't think
Well-
they would have noticed the people under the bridge that suddenly someone left with that
Oh,
group
yeah,
of survivors?
they
on
wouldn't
it?
They wouldn't have known what happened.
All they do is step to the back of the crowd and go away and fly away.
Oh man,
It happens all the time.
Also,
This scene is the number one reason that I despise Man of Steel. There's a lot of
Really?
reasons, but this is the number. I hate Man of Steel so much, and this scene is the number one reason why.
This makes
Really?
my heart hurt, CJH. What if the record quits $2? What if WB likes a divide fan base? Always trends. Well,
Yeah,
I think there
I don't know
are.
about that.
I think there are secret ways to advertise, but I don't think that.
I don't think they like
This will be
Shazam
it.
bombing.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, Pa Kent in general.
that's true.
Kevin
Larry
Costner-
says he hadn't flew or anything yet.
Kevin Costner's
point.
Jonathan
Yeah, but he
Kent.
still knew how to run fast.
In general, I hated Jonathan Kent in those movies. Like
There's this too.
he indicates that he should have let the kid die on the bus. Which
This
I
is
let him die. Yeah,
supposed to
maybe.
be-
Yeah, that he gave terrible dad advice.
This
honestly.
is supposed to be an older Batman that's gone through everything, has lost his hope, and is against Superman.
Why?
Look what's in the case. Robin's
I-
dead.
I totally hate that he butchered the Dark Knight Returns to add it to this. I was just like, oh, so bad.
At this point,
There's a
it-
lot in there, man. Yeah, you're right.
at the-
with
and when this
Doomsday
was
too.
when this
Jesus
was
Christ, they tried to
released,
put everything in this
when
movie.
this was released, we had a whole Batman trilogy already, and it could do a different vibe for Batman and one that could go up against Superman.
And everyone agrees
Right.
that Ben Affleck is one of the best parts. In
Yes.
fact, it's universal praise for this Batman character, and that's why everyone wants to see more of this Batman character.
Well,
That
you
was
should,
fine.
you should come into my.
But he needs to
my-
juxtapose that with Superman, which had look at the same vibe, tone, all that. There's no reason for those. Like they should be best buddies. They're both like emo, hate the world. Like,
Why is that weird? Him saving the Robin suit? He has other suits in there.
if
Agree
you
to
go-
disagree.
no, that is true. That is true. Would you really have that? Like this dude is like, you know how like rage watching, like hate watching.
He might
That's
do
what
it
he's
to
doing.
inspire himself.
Yeah.
to go out.
Well,
No
in the
wonder he's so
comics, I will
sour.
say that Batman did keep Jason Todd's costume.
With the
Thank you.
spray
Oh,
paint
back
on?
it.
With the spray paint?
No,
Well, in the comics, he didn't spray paint it.
no, he just beat the hell out of him.
Yeah.
Did he keep it with the blood on?
No,
No, Alfred
No.
laundered it.
There you go. It's gross. It's weird. Batman's weird.
He is weird.
I
And-
think Jared Leto fits his bat. his
and not for
Batman.
nothing, my comic book group, my Discord group, they hate. I mean, literally hate BVS. They
Okay.
hate Ben Affleck. It's
Based.
it's bad.
Based.
Ooh. Oh, like
I never hear those. I always hear
like
universal praise for Batfleck.
BVS is the only one of the Snyder movies I liked. But-
Really? Oof.
Yeah.
So, where do we go from here?
Where do we
go
go from here?
Let's watch that Pa Kent scene.
Battle's done and we kind of won.
Won.
So we sound our victory.
Oh wait, I do have.
Where do we go?
Well,
Oh, screw this.
let me
We need to do a
let me-
Buffy
let-
watch
let
party,
me-
Joe.
Let me just
Yes.
let me
Wait.
just bring this back up
It's
for the
Star Wars
context of
related.
the scene.
Oh, here we go.
For the
Jesus
context of, I'm going to prove you wrong, Bruce.
You
for the
proving me wrong?
For the context of the scene, they see his wife and his son looking at him, and everyone is looking. Everyone is looking at
At the tornado.
The tornado.
no.
What are they looking
Oh,
at?
they're looking at the
They're
They're not looking at the destruct. There was cars flipping.
They are looking at this man who's stuck
No, they're
near
not.
where the tornado is coming, and him holding his mother. If he just disappeared, they're gonna notice.
This scene.
That's exactly what he did.
This scene
No,
reminds me of
if
Hardware
Clark just
Wars.
disappeared, I'm saying. If Clark just disappeared.
They would not be noticing because they're looking at the tornado, the giant, that's what people look at when the tornado hits.
Has everybody on the
And
panel
he's
seen
in front of the
Hardware
tornado.
Wars?
He's in front of the tornado.
I just want to know how come
He's in front
Superman.
of the tornado.
How
So
come
what do you mean
Clark-
to pay attention to Clark? Who's paying attention to Clark?
The other
Disappearing.
people under the
No, they're looking at the tornado. They're not looking at Clark.
the tornado is behind Pa Kent. It's coming at him.
By the way, the cinematography
in the
is
same-
ugly as hell. Look at that.
He's
color
in
scheme.
the
It's
same
gross.
shot as them. They would see it. They
And
would see it.
Can someone tell me how come Clark did not hear this tornado coming?
Plutonium.
He was too busy being emo.
Plutonium.
He wanted to be in the football
Plutonium.
team or something.
Plutonium.
Come on, you gotta
Did-
admit there's so many.
Sorry.
So many
Thank you.
things
Hey, that got me
Plutonium.
actually thinking about CJH.
Thank you for having props to Taladia because
Yeah,
I
man.
know he really has a difference of opinion on this too, like
Yeah.
me.
Hey, but
Uh,
CJH got me thinking, right? Because he wants the red trunks, right? What if they do red trunks and no tights?
No.
Right? Because then that would also
And he
clear
hasn't
up,
learned his powers yet. Yes.
that would also clear up the glasses issue. Because come on, everyone who's buying that
Well,
glasses?
that was the other thing. So Clark Kent dies. It's in the newspaper. He's dead.
Yeah, that was a
And then
mistake.
suddenly Superman's back, and then suddenly Clark Kent is still alive.
Exactly. That was a
So-
terrible mistake. They should have had it that Superman died and Clark went missing. And they should have had the body in Superman's grave and Clark's grave be empty, because that way you could explain how Clark came back. Oh, he was missing, but by having the body in Clark's grave, they dug themselves a hole.
Mhm.
I got something.
Was a pun?
Let Taladia go. Let Taladia go. He's been polite and just taking it all in. Okay, go ahead, Taladia.
I got something to share. This is what the shoes I want. Right? This is the suit I want for the next Superman film. Right? I don't care what anyone else says. This is what I want. There we go. New 52.
Okay.
That we haven't seen that in live action, Crucifer.
We don't need to see that suit in live action. We might as well have him making out and
hey,
having sex with
hey.
Wonder Woman in the air.
What about a turtleneck Superman?
Has everybody here seen the classic spoof Hardware Wars?
No.
No.
Okay, anyone who hasn't seen Hardware Wars needs to correct that. It's one of the greatest Star Wars spoofs of all time. George Lucas called it one of the best. But they do the scene at the end where Obi-Wan, they're like, come on, and Obi-Wan goes, no, go on without me. I'll be all right. And they're like, you martyr, get out of here, leave that martyr. That's all I could think of every time Jonathan's like, I'm like, martyr, get out of here. I can't believe you guys didn't see Hardware Wars, man. That's one of the classics.
Well,
We have to go with the really classic Superman costume so they can keep the rights to the original Action Comics.
There you go. What if?
I think underwear seems dated.
Yeah,
But I mean, look at the symbol.
I'd say only underwear.
Oh, the
Clear up.
symbol? I
So
like
no one
the
looks at
symbol. I
Superman's
like the
face.
classic.
No, in my honest opinion, I think the whole 1940s look is dated, and we need something.
But I
modern.
feel like they would
Here's the
do
thing.
that just
Look,
to keep
look.
the public
Yes.
domain.
You
from
guys can't
flipping.
do it needs to be modern, but then expect the glasses thing to keep working. Because the
No,
glasses
no.
thing will work if it's old fashioned Superman, yeah, jolly ho, whatever that time frame.
No.
But if you're doing like a cool, sleek, this is realistic, grounded
Yep.
Superman in the real world, glasses ain't cutting it.
I mean, Brucifer knows more about comics than I do, right? But if they're going for the younger route Superman and they're rebooting the universe, the best way to do it is just to do the starting point of the New 52. They don't need to do the trunks. They don't need to do, They can make him Bumble if they want to. They don't have to if they don't need to. They can make him modern with technology and all of that, and it still, it still work,
All right,
right?
let me explain why the glasses work and it will work now.
For modern, yes.
Because Clark Kent's personality and his demeanor is so different from Superman that you won't expect Clark Kent to be Superman.
Okay, that's a
He
good
makes
point. I guess with
mistakes.
modern, yeah.
He's clumsy. He's a buffoon.
Yeah,
But now,
that's true.
Bruce, a question for you.
That's true.
In the new Superman film, would you want an Earth 1 type of villain, like we got in the Earth 1 books? Or do you want something like from New 52?
That's how Reeve did it.
What about Rebirth?
I want villains that haven't been in live action yet.
It's time for Brainiac.
I don't need to see another Lex. I don't need to see Doomsday. I want to see Livewire. I want to see anyone else.
Yeah, Livewire, Metallo, Parasite,
Brainiac,
of course, yes.
Brainiac's probably a sequel guy, though.
No, but like I said, there's loads of villains.
Mongo.
Mongo would be a really cool villain to do because they could do an adaptation of Warworld.
Mm-hmm.
You guys make me want to go watch Man of Steel again.
Well, let me make you want to watch Quantumania. I thought MODOK was hilarious. I was laughing my ass off the whole time, and I loved it.
Oh yeah,
I
he was
loved
great
it.
in that movie.
The way his little legs and his little hand, I was jealous of his little hands, Saladia. Yeah, no, I was laughing so hard every time he would come on screen. I know, I think it was done terrible on purpose. Right now. Honestly, it was done terrible on purpose because I was laughing my ass the whole time. The best comedy of the year. Just because that guy.
That's great. That's great.
Little movie pip. There's only one baby hands, and that's you.
No, MODOK, man. That guy was awesome. That's my new favorite MCU character.
He was great in that movie.
See, Anthony's on the same page as me. No Lex, no Zod.
Yeah.
I feel Lex has to be there because Lex is a different kind of character. He's not just like a typical villain. He's actually part of the supporting cast, like Lois and Jimmy, and
like the mayor almost.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be your main antagonist.
Yeah, I don't want him to be the main villain.
He could even be a friend at first. Who knows?
No more.
Or like the deceiving, like a Littlefinger sort of guy.
Quantumania was excellent
in the background.
Anyway.
Well, he's not wrong. That's his opinion.
He's entitled to his wrong opinion.
But you.
I like Quantumania.
Yeah,
it was so funny. MODOK
I
was
actually
hilarious.
think this looks decent. I watched the trailer.
I actually watched Love and Thunder yesterday.
Oh my god,
I love Love and Thunder too.
Love and Thunder.
It was so good. I don't know what people are complaining about.
Dude, it was the saddest movie ever. I was crying in the end. I was like, holy crap. Everyone was like saying it's not funny. It's not funny. I know it's sad. This thing was a tearjerker. I was devastated.
It does have big laughs though. I mean, some of those parts are really funny.
I could have did without the goats.
Oh, I love the goats. I have a T-shirt. I have a T-shirt of the goats. Just the goats.
It was a meme on the internet like 10 years ago or something.
Max, we should do a watch party of Love and Thunder and Quantumania, please.
I could do Love and Thunder.
And then Morbius.
I would actually rather watch Morbius than Quantumania again.
Oh man,
I do love Morbius.
So good.
I would just fast forward to the
Team
scenes.
MODOK.
And can Martian Manhunter have the classic costume as well?
No.
Not everyone wants the classic, Quantumania.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Wait,
this is how James CJH. This is what James Gunn's gonna do. Okay, it's gonna be part of the Kryptonian culture. And everyone's going to make jokes about, oh, he wears his underwear. He wears his underwear. It's like, well, this is who I am. This is Kryptonian. At first, he's not going to wear the underwear. He's actually going to take it away. But then at the end of the movie, he's going to put it on. And he's like, I don't care. This is part of my culture. Watch. That's what's going to happen for CJH.
Well, what about this?
Yeah, and this.
Nobody says anything about Spider-Man wearing his pajamas.
I say keep pajamas.
If you're gonna do a horror watch and make me watch horror, I think we should start with The Thing because one of my old friends too was really upset that I've never watched The Thing. I've never watched The Thing.
Good.
But I've never watched it.
It's too good for you, man.
It's too good. You need to watch that on your own. Yeah, no, for a live for a watch party, you need reactions. So like even you need kind of like a fun horror film. Not
You know what? You know
not
what's good.
fun.
You know
Go
what's
right
good for a
into
watch party.
Insidious.
If you want reactions, you got to start with Malignant.
No, we're staying away from certain subjects and things and environments. I know exactly what he means.
you know what triggers me.
All right.
Knows what
Yeah,
triggers
Max,
me.
I
he
got
doesn't
you.
wanna
I got
sleep
you,
under
man.
the bed.
No, it might. What's that?
Malignant's bonkers, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, we're staying away from stuff like that.
All right.
I got Max. I got you, bro.
So what are we looking for? Like, we're not looking for like fun horror. Then we're looking
Fun
for
fun stuff. Nothing too psychologically.
But wait a minute, is it?
We want jump scares.
I don't know. I'm confused.
Like something like Attack
I've
the
had
Block.
some
I think Attack the
childhood
Block is
trauma
perfect.
that I want to avoid certain things, certain tones.
No,
why is what? It's the truth. It really scarred me when I used to have nightmares and everything.
About
so like, can I say it?
What? Go ahead. Yeah.
Like asylums, mental institutions, stuff like
Yes.
that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're staying away. So like teenagers in the forest type fun stuff, you know, like that. I think you're fine with that, right, Max?
What about the convent?
Yeah. What about religion?
We could do like any movie in the Conjuring universe.
Too.
Okay, religious stuff. Okay, but in a bad
Conjuring.
triggering way, or Conjuring's great. But that you see that might
Listen,
trigger.
I'll try if it's good for content. If people actually like it and show up for the watch party, I will try most things.
No, not for me. I'm not a horror guy.
Yeah. But you do horror games, man. Arkham Asylum had some great horror moments.
Arkham is a different story.
Okay. So you'll do horror if it's DC. Hey, James Gunn said, hey, we're not just saying it's a genre. We're jumping in the genre.
I'm on the panel with a bunch of babies.
Hey, Sean, are you available to pop on for a few minutes? It's okay if you're not, but I'll send you the link just in case.
I got you, Max. We're gonna do some fun horror. Attack the
All right,
Block is great.
I got a fun one for you. Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods is amazing.
I think I've seen that one.
That's Joss Whedon.
That is.
Wait, is that the one when she's in the
I think I
bathroom
like
peeling
that
her
one.
skin off?
No, that's Cabin Fever.
Oh, okay. I love that movie.
Watch Escape from Tomorrow Party. Okay. Well, now we want you on more.
Damn.
Escape from Tomorrow. Isn't that
It's
the
gonna
one
be a
shot
private
in
show?
You're
Huh?
in such weird situations.
Yeah, the party throws me off.
You're in
Joe.
such revealing situations when you listen to my show, Sean. You're either on the toilet or naked. That makes me feel great.
Probably both.
Wait a minute. Escape from Tomorrow. Was that the one that was shot in Disney?
Disney,
World?
yeah.
Wait. Time out.
That movie was really weird and awesome.
Well, wait. Well, Max just said the last sentence to his comment. That didn't sound right.
It's the truth. The last
thought it
screen
sounded
was
great.
on the toilet.
He was on the toilet and he's naked on the toilet.
Sean,
you do that. Everyone does that.
How
He probably
do
has
you
an iPad.
feel about bidets?
Yes, bidet.
That's been a
Bidet
topic.
talk.
Hey, Sean, have you ever had a Blumpkin?
No,
stop.
that, Bruce. I
Stop.
think it's what got me demonetized last one. I don't even know what that is. I think it's.
We
from
want to
the
make
cross
it enjoyable for everyone.
I think it's from the
that
cross.
would be
I
something
don't-
that happens on the toilet.
It is. It's facts.
What about Killer Clowns?
From outer space?
On the toilet?
No.
There is a bathroom scene in that movie. Yeah, there's a shower scene, I believe. And they gave props to Psycho.
I have a tushy. I love my ass
What
washer.
about that Daniel Radcliffe?
I'm really shocked.
Welcome
I
to the cult.
love the bidet love. I really didn't know.
He knows the great gospel of the bidet.
You know what it is? I watched Crocodile Dundee so much back in the day with my family. My grandfather loved that movie. And then, he's like, Crocodile Dundee's like, what the hell is this? Wash my
Bidet,
boots in it or something? Yes. Oh, yeah, I don't.
Stop. Why do you bring it up then?
I didn't highlight it.
Who highlighted it up, Brucifer? You
What? Would I do
CJ,
something like that?
Claudia, also, and Crazy Joe all have the power to. I think it was Crazy Joe.
I'm the only one who doesn't have power.
Me.
I'm doing something else. So
They should get
Ew,
Paul
what are you
Hogan.
doing?
They should get Paul Hogan to advertise bidets with the slogan "Bidet, mate."
Boo.
No, never do that.
No, actually, I think Crazy Joe would be a great in the
Bidet,
marketing department.
Bidet, mate. That's not a bidet.
I got the perfect slogan for a shoe store. If you run a shoe business, you can steal this.
Okay.
We got shoes. You got feet. Let's put 2 and 2 together.
Okay, that was
Too much.
It's pretty good, huh?
Too much to write down.
Wait,
in an ad.
is anyone
listening
gonna?
to
You got shoes, we got feet.
Hey Max, have you
Yeah, the
ever
other way
seen
around.
Silver Bullet?
No.
You know, that's what the serial killer would say in the horror scenario.
You never seen Silver Bullet?
I actually don't like that one.
Is it about werewolves?
Really? You don't like
It
Silver?
is a
Yes.
werewolf.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
I like werewolf stuff, so
Gary
Ginger
Busey.
Snaps. Ginger Snaps.
Oh,
Canadian.
Ginger
it's
Snaps
a
is
Canadian
good.
movie.
I love
CGH.
the howl.
if you're just getting here, please remember to share the
Which
stream and like the video. Really appreciate it. Oh yes, Kavari. Sean is not too hype on the box office for The Flash.
I love Sean, but he had the craziest take on the Flash that I was like, dude, that is so wrong. I can't say what it is because there's a spoiler involved.
Okay.
Sean and William does not say the Flash would bomb. No way. Anthony, someone highlight that. I don't have any power here.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Wait, he's naked. Stop.
He's here.
Hey Sean, how's it going?
It's
Wait,
good, man.
is
I
he-
don't
I
have
see
an
him.
eye. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can hear you,
you're
yes,
fine. We can hear
yes.
fine.
Let him talk.
I don't have. Oh, fuck. Hold on a second.
What
I'm
the
getting an
hell?
echo because I've got the stupid other thing. Hold
Oh,
on.
okay.
Got it. Here we go. We're good. Yeah. No. I'm. How do I put an icon of my face? Because I'm like.
It's okay.
Just stop cam or something.
Oh, you could go to I don't know.
Edit avatar. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
It's like you're in a dark closet. I like that.
I was in a dark closet for years. It sucks.
Aw. Hey, here's a Pride trivia. I didn't know this. The creator of Fangoria magazine
Oh.
was actually gay. I did not know that. The creator of
Oh.
Fangoria.
no, we gotta stop watching horror movies.
Yeah.
Boycott horror movies.
Now we got to do that for Pride. Take over Pride Month too with horror films.
So
That's
we're
what we
coming
do.
up to we're coming up to the 2-hour mark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Has it been
Yeah.
that long?
It's been an hour and 45 minutes, guys.
And we
gotta
did
talk-
what? One topic?
Was
What
Sean
topic?
kidnapped?
No, he's trying to fix his avatar. He's in the back room.
So we
He's
wanna,
naked. He's naked in the back room.
That's what
Yes,
I mean.
Claudia.
He might have been kidnapped.
So we're gonna talk about this, right?
Uh-oh.
Flash predictions for sales numbers.
$1 billion.
Have they gone up any?
We gotta make a prediction.
Oh, make
I
a.
mean,
I already made a prediction. I think.
$5 billion.
We never made predictions between.
I
the
said.
Tom
I
Cruise.
said. I think it's not going to make more than 90 million opening weekend.
Okay.
It's
Is
right.
that,
It was
is
at
that
70
domestic
if-
or worldwide?
domestic. Worldwide,
well,
I think it'll get that. Yeah.
We're turning our back on the world.
No,
They
worldwide.
they didn't like Little Mermaid.
I
Screw
don't
them.
know. I don't know how other regions are going to.
Gee,
like
your
the
Little
Flash, I don't
Mermaid
know.
did really well overseas this past weekend. They
Yeah.
said like it.
They had a stronghold. Yeah.
Yeah, they said it like overtook Fast X, and the movie's already broken even.
Yeah. Screw the world. I only care about domestic now.
Well, I think potentially, you know how many people in this world have seen the old Batman, and they see him on the trailers. Maybe it's not the trailer's not in a different language too. I think that might draw some people.
Well, I've seen some of the other trailers, and the Flash is point and center in all of them, all the trailers.
No, I'm not saying that he's going to be like in the back seat because of Batman. I'm just saying, don't you think the world has experienced so much Michael Keaton? Hey, Sean.
Okay. I think I'm.
I think he's
froze.
great.
For me,
He's
okay.
frozen in carbonite.
Maybe it'll take StreamYard like a minute or
Screen
two.
is frozen up. Must be my internet on my end. I don't know what's going on.
Now
There
you're
we go.
clear.
There we go. There
It's
we go.
finding. It's finding.
Your audio's
itself.
fine. That's the important thing. We can
It's
Okay.
finding itself.
I feel like it's working now. Is it working now?
Yeah.
It's a little delayed.
Yeah.
We got a brand new movie and just announced.
Fast X3.
Bidet. That's
Wow,
funny.
look at that explosion.
Is that how you spell bidet?
No.
Yeah,
Bet it.
you got to bet it, wet it, and bet it.
Very nice, CJH. Okay, so Sean, are you sticking with your predictions on the Flash?
Absolutely.
What
What's your
makes you
thoughts?
think? Why do you think it's going to bomb?
Not bomb, but
No, I don't think it's going to bomb. I think it'll
Oh,
do more
sorry.
than it'll do more than Black Adam, but I don't think it's going to do well. I think that it's like I've been saying this whole time. I think the nostalgia of Michael Keaton will be worn off after the opening weekend, and there's just too much stuff going on. I think you've got holdovers. You're going to have Transformers, Little Mermaid. You've got all these movies that are still out. Fast and Furious is still making money, and everybody's taking a piece of it. And even though Elemental may not be a breakout hit, if it does do $40 million, that's $40 million the Flash would have made if it didn't get released on that weekend. And I think that there's another movie that's going to be a sleeper hit. It's a horror film with a black cast. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
The Blackening?
The Blackening. Yeah,
Yes.
That's going to suck up so much money. I don't think people are prepared for that.
I haven't
Looks
seen
really
the trailer
funny.
for that. I haven't seen the trailer for that
Looks
yet.
funny.
I saw the poster in the theater when we saw Mermaid.
I will say this. I'm hearing insane buzz for The Flash amongst everybody I know. The people who don't go to the movies, the people who never talk about the movies are coming up to me and telling me how excited they are about The Flash.
Okay.
So that Keaton nostalgia is going to be pretty powerful, I think.
I don't
So,
know.
Sean, you're saying that the box office for the Flash is going to be pretty front loaded just for that weekend.
Absolutely. I'm thinking 70 to 80 million tops. Yeah.
You know what?
And
I
that's
think the
domestic.
best bet
What
is
if it-
for it. I think the best bet for it is international. If there's an international audience, because sometimes you get surprised some of these movies.
I've been very surprised with the reactions that have come out that there's no one singular thing, I guess, outside of Ezra, that it just seems like it's a great movie from all fronts. So I don't even think Keaton matters at all. Like I
think that's going to get people in the theater, but then the word of mouth, I think, is going to maybe bring them back for seconds.
And also, Sean,
that's where I don't think that's going to happen. I don't. And all the people that got the advanced screenings, half of them aren't going to go back.
I'm hearing them say
if
they
this
want to
thing's
go
going to
back.
hit 700 million, 800 million, people are going to have to see it 2, 3, 4 times.
What about that secret ending that they were talking about that they haven't revealed to most people yet?
The secret ending that I have been saying for months, if you've been following me.
Well, people might want to know this is a spoiler. Though. I wasn't going to say what it was.
No. This is not confirmed. This is my prediction.
Okay, it's a prediction. Okay.
It will reveal the new Superman once Ezra Miller makes it back to his timeline and he's looking around like, what's going on? All of a sudden you'll see the new Superman.
I agree with you, but I also kind of disagree with you. I agree that it is going to be something like that, but I don't think it's going to be Superman. I think it's going to be the new Batman. Because I heard it ends with him looking for Batman and then he finds Batman, but it's not his Batman. So I'm assuming that it might be whoever's Batman in Brave and the Bold.
Well, and then that would probably be Nathan Fillion.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that's what I think.
So, Sean, question for you. So what you're saying is that, from what you're saying, is that they show the Superman. Is it going to be a faceless cameo, like no face, or?
Yeah, I think it'll be like behind him, kind of like on Peacemaker when he's hovering there, and this way they can get away with not having to show the cape, not have to show the costume because it's still in development, and then maybe Ezra will go, oh, well, you're not my Superman, or you're not. So where am I now? Am I in the right timeline? Where am I?
Okay, that's smart.
And I think that's where they're going to.
I don't think they would hide that. I don't think that's a big deal, especially if they're not going to show a specific. If they're not going to show a specific Superman, I think they just show that in all these.
They've done that so many other times. That's actually more likely than not.
Yeah, I don't think they would hide that. I think it needs to be a little bigger. Like show the Superman.
I am so mad at you right now, Sean. I am so mad at you because I never, ever considered Nathan Fillion as Batman, but you've put that idea in my head, and if I don't get it now, I'm going to be disappointed.
Well, it makes absolutely so much sense because he just finished doing Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He's best friends with, and one of the things that he made a comment, James Gunn said, somebody from Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is in the movie. And if you think about it, the Bold and the Brave or whatever is supposed to be the older kind of Batman, but not too old, with the son Robin, and so
Damian Wayne,
it makes perfect sense. He's the right age to be not old like Ben Affleck old, with the gray in the hair, but he could still be a seasoned Batman. And I think it's Nathan Fillion.
I want this so
I
bad.
would
I feel like Decker at the end of Star Trek: The Motion Picture. I want this, Jim. You wanted the Enterprise. I want this.
I love Nathan Fillion. The only reason I kind of like annoyed with him a little bit is because I heard stories about that actress on Castle that he was pretty mean to her and they had some issues there. But I don't know for a fact of anything because I used to really like that show and I didn't even get to finish because I heard they were really disliked each other for some reason. And
I'm still with the idea that Batman will be Dick Grayson and The Brave and the Bold because
I can't see that.
Because the comic book he referenced,
So
Batman
he
and Robin.
changed his mind.
One second, CJ. The comic book James Gunn posted was Batman and Robin, and that was Dick Grayson and Damian Wayne.
Yeah, that's from August 20th, 2013. That's not a bad theory. It's not a bad theory at all. Just,
Well, James Gunn changed his mind too, CJH.
Yeah, James Gunn didn't want to direct Superman. All of a sudden, it's like, I'm going to direct it now.
And Ben Affleck changed his mind multiple times. I'm Batman, I'm not Batman. I'm Batman, I'm not Batman.
Yeah.
Wait,
so
he didn't want to direct the Superman Legacy? Yeah, I thought he was always into that. I think he didn't want to direct the DC EU version of Superman when they offered it back then.
Well, maybe that was the story. But I'm telling you, it's Nathan Fillion, man.
Oh man.
He does look cool as an older Batman. Yeah.
That would be
He
great.
could totally do it. Yeah.
He was great as the Holy Avenger in Super.
Well, and you think about like his character in Firefly, minus the kind of faux Southern accent. He could be that guy.
You wouldn't rather him as Green Lantern?
He is great. He is great when he's intense.
Green Lantern. Nah.
Well, I think they're going to go with.
I like that Batman idea.
Is it Jon Stewart? As the Green Lantern.
Oh yeah, Jon Stewart. Yeah.
I've always said that he's a movie star waiting to happen. I've never Nathan Fillion. I never.
I love that short he did for Uncharted. Was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was very good.
I always thought he would have been the perfect Indiana Jones replacement for Harrison Ford. I thought he would have been a great Indiana Jones.
More so for Uncharted.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he's got the Bruce Wayne kind of suave look. No, I have not. No. It'd be cool though.
Yeah. How about an Indiana Jones reboot with Tom Holland?
No. I like Tom Holland. I did not like Uncharted. It was just okay. It was very average to me. Uncharted.
Yeah, he was no Nathan Drake.
I had nothing invested in it because I'd never played the game. And so when I watched the movie, I had fun with it. I thought it was just fun.
Well, he's also got to be old enough for Dick Grayson to be Nightwing.
You know who they should bring back? I was watching Gangster Squad, and I thought in my head I just turned it into Dick Tracy, Josh Brolin as Dick Tracy. If they ever decide to reboot it, that would be really.
That
cool.
would be a good one. Yeah.
Dick Tracy's a weird one because Warren Beatty still owns the film rights.
Oh, really?
And he keeps doing these little TV specials like every 10 years or so. Like he'll do interviews like with Leonard Maltin and things like in character as Dick Tracy just to retain the rights.
Wow.
It's really weird.
Yeah. He's really obsessed with that. Although I think he did a good job.
Yeah. I love Dick Tracy.
I bought the action figures back in the day. While you're here, Sean, I'm sorry, CJ. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was going to ask him about Indiana Jones box office since we're talking about box office. Are you concerned at all with the reports from Cannes Film Festival? Pretty bad on Rotten Tomatoes, and I know you're a huge indie fan.
I am a huge indie fan, and I think it's probably going to end up around 425 million, maybe.
Yeah. I would say that's a good estimate.
And
you need a box office prediction show.
and I think, it's one of the reasons I think is because I I don't know. There's so much negativity out there about it, but I think
Yeah.
in the end, when people watch it, they're going to be like, the bar is not very high for them to get over the Crystal Skull, right?
Mhm.
If it's even slightly better than the Crystal Skull, it'll do well, but it'll only do well probably opening weekend. And then, you know, they might be writing off some money on this thing.
You see, Sean, can I be honest?
Mhm.
I wasn't going to go see The Flash till I saw the trailer. And that changed my mind. I was going to go see Indiana Jones until I started seeing the trailer and the reception. And I can't do it.
Well, you know, one of the TV spots that was just out the other day, and I put a screen grab up on my channel in my community section, is they've got a shot of Indiana Jones shooting a Walther P-38. And you know, one of the big things they kept saying was, and it's the older Indiana Jones, not the younger Indiana Jones in the prologue. They were saying Disney's, you know, he's only walking around, and all the previews and press photos and all this stuff was just his whip and bag. You know, they're not even giving him a gun. And it's like, oh, well, we know he's firing a gun in the movie, and it's a German P-38. And so I think in the end, and even if, I mean, I could go into spoilers just from what's been out there from the Cannes Film Festival, but even if the end does have that moment, I think people need to look at, like, you know, he's supposed to be 70 years old in the movie, even though he was 79 when they filmed it.
And then the Young Indiana Jones series.
Right. And my thinking is, I know people who are in their 80s, and I have a good friend whose mother is like 90 something, and she keeps saying, I don't know why I'm still alive. I wish I was dead. I wish God would just take me. I don't like, I'm falling apart. I hate, everything's breaking down. And, you know, there's this moment in the film, which is what was reported in the Cannes Film Festival, which is, you know, he wants to give up. You know, he's got nothing left. And, you know,
I don't like that.
But they say, you know, Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character, you know, kind of gets him back, snaps him out of it. And I'm just like, if they're not understanding, like, where he is in his mental state, and that he may not be the guy we saw in 1935.
Oh yeah. I feel like it's another Jake Skywalker situation.
No, I don't think so, because one, he's not supposed to be a superhuman guy with the Force. He's an archaeologist. He's always been that one guy that when you threw him into these situations, he would always just get out of it. He always got beat up in his movies. He was always banged up and bruised and bleeding, and I mean, you think about how much he went through just in Temple of Doom. It's not unrealistic for somebody to be that broken.
No, I agree. It's realistic, but
do you think he's losing an eye?
Well, and if the rumors are true that, you know, Shia LaBeouf's character Mutt Williams was killed in Vietnam, and he's going through a divorce, how is that not unrealistic for people in that time? A lot of families broke up when their kids were killed in Vietnam, and they couldn't make it. They just couldn't hold it together. And so if you look at the time frame, and that's the one thing I said on my one video about, you know, Helena's, you know, he says, you've been, you know, in the one scene in the when they're driving the little carts, and she makes the comment about, oh, I'm just selling myself, you know, for money because I'm a confident, strong woman, blah, blah, blah. It's 1969. And that was the women's feminist movement. And I had talked about in one of my videos about how you've got Willie Scott, because Temple of Doom is a prequel to Raiders of the Lost Ark. So Temple of Doom is 1935, and 1936, I think, is Raiders of the Lost Ark. You had the Damsel in Distress, which was right for 35. And then you jump to World War II with Marion Ravenwood, and she's like the Rosie the Riveter, the one that was, you know, all the women were building the aircraft while the men were off to sea and getting killed and fighting in the war. The women were strong and tough, and so she represented that. And so as you're going through these decades, of course, the people are going to represent the time frame. And so the 60s were nothing but, I mean, you look, they had the Rolling Stones was playing in the first trailer because the Stones were huge in 69. And so the women were burning their bras, and they were, so like, why would you not write for the time frame? So when everybody's just like, oh, Indiana Jones is, this is all going woke and there's feminism. And it's like, wait a minute, it's 1969, guys. Like what, and this is where people just either don't understand their history or don't understand the writing of like James Mangold and his team that wrote the script. I think they're really embracing these things. And when you hear Harrison Ford get emotional and he tears up and he talks about, I wanted to bring the character to a place and push his limits and bring him to a place that he's never been. And then in the end, if you've been following the Cannes Film Festivals, the leaks and what the people are saying who saw it, it has a happy ending, a beautiful ending. And for me, I think that is good for the character. And that's my 2 cents.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think of there is a chance, because I'm also very worried. I wasn't drawn in by the trailer, very discouraged by the reviews, but there's always a chance that repeated the second viewing, it sort of hits. That's happened a lot for me. And that could happen with this in with the general public, and it actually feels that way, the way you're describing.
I mean,
doesn't resonate at first.
I might hate this movie, but I don't.
What you said about Mutt, even though that's like a slight spoiler, kind of actually makes me feel better about his character. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
because you had so much hope for him, and that's what families had to deal with at that time. Those young men.
Yeah, you look at the end of Crystal Skull when they're smiling, they're happy, they're in a great moment. It's almost like another riding off into the sunset. And when you think, because there was a big debate, is Shia going to take the hat? And then Indy takes the hat. Nope, not yet, buddy. You're not getting it yet. And then everybody was just so happy at that moment. And then to know that just a few years later, and he at his age from the 1952 was the Crystal Skull. He would have been too old for serving in the Vietnam War, but he could have been a war correspondent. He could have been there as a photographer or something and was killed. And so we don't know because they haven't revealed that information yet. But it would cause a strife between a husband and a wife. Absolutely.
Do you think this movie is going to make Kingdom of Crystal Skull better?
Yeah, I think people will look back on it and think it's better. And the problem with the last two films, with Dial of Destiny and Crystal Skull, is the overuse of CGI. But I don't know how much. For me, the opening prologue of Dial of Destiny, from what we've seen so far, is a lot of CGI rain and CGI fog and CGI. And I don't know how it's going to play on the big screen. But
it looks like Sky Captain.
Are you going to do a review with your hat on?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
I'm actually going to be in full costume at my local theater. My buddy's a good friend of mine who runs the theater, and
could you interview some people outside of it or something? Like, how would you think? Like old school Grace Randolph before she's stuck in her apartment building. Like, what did you think of the film? What'd you think? That would be great.
How canon is the TV show?
How what?
How canon is a TV show?
Oh, he's concerned about that
last movie.
Them not following the canon.
Young
old indie from the
No, well, I mean, if you guys have seen have you watched any of the Disney Plus stuff yet? That's that they uploaded it. Well, a couple of years ago, when this movie was in development, Paramount Pictures did a recut of all of it, and they took old indie out of all of it. And that was because they didn't want to be beholden to the eye patch and all.
I have the DVDs for 2 of the 3 volumes that have them in there, I think.
Yeah, they did. They edited them out.
I was thinking that reading the reviews for that did come out for Dial of Destiny, I keep saying these reviews don't make any sense because number one, a lot of the negative reviews are saying, well, it's too nostalgic. It's too, there's nothing new here. It's too nostalgic. And I'm like, well, number one, the critics that are saying that, I think the fans will appreciate that. The thing that you're saying is a negative. I think the fans will embrace. People like nostalgic. And number two, most of the reviews are saying it's better than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which is weird because that got positive reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. If you look at the tomato meter, that's a positive score. So this one has a negative score, but they're saying it's better than the one that has a positive score. So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I think Rotten Tomatoes is garbage.
I
To be
agree.
honest with you, I think in the end it's subjective. So and the way they seem to people seem to call out their minions to go, just trash movies on Rotten Tomatoes. If they either like it or hate it, I don't know, man. It's just I just don't put much stock into it.
I still love. I'm the only person that defends Rotten Tomatoes in the Oscars. I'm the only guy.
Oh no, I like the Oscars.
Oh,
I mean,
good.
I'm a huge Oscar fan, but the Rotten Tomatoes is garbage.
Although I do think they should honor some more different categories in the industry, like the stunt people and some other things.
The
It's
stunt people
ridiculous.
is so
When
it should have been a category for decades.
When Keanu Reeves mentioned, I'm like, really, this is still an issue? I was like, what? Yeah, because
Well,
I haven't been watching it, so I didn't even realize it.
They have their own awards. The stunt people don't want.
Yeah.
They have their own award ceremony,
especially in the age of CGI. That should be even a word more. That people, the projects that still go all out with that.
A lot of the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles were shot here in my hometown, and so one of my good friends, Michelle Seidman, who's an actress, was in a scene with the old Indy. She was a letter carrier and she goes to a mailbox and he's putting the stuff in the mail, and they have this conversation, and it was part of the prologue to one of the episodes. But now that they've redone them all, they took all the stuff out with her in it, so she's a little bummed. But yeah, George. That's when I met George Lucas, was here in my hometown because he was doing a movie called Radioland Murders, and he was a producer on it. And it was not too long before The Phantom Menace because they were doing experimental set extensions with CG, like expanding out with computer imagery, and it was like his beta test. This entire movie called Radioland Murders was a beta test to see if they could pull off some of the stuff they were going to try to do in The Phantom Menace. And so I was on set and got to meet George and talk with him, and it was pretty cool. And they were familiar with our town because they had shot the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles here. So it was pretty good, pretty cool stuff. But a lot of my friends worked on Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. A lot of the older camera guys, the guys who are like, in their mid 60s, like late 60s, they all worked on it. So
I completely forgot Harrison Ford was in the Young Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he did one episode. They were trying to get the ratings up, and
was that the beginning or the end?
He did a book. It was in the middle. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a motorcycle chase. It was cool.
I don't have the youngest set where he's the youngest.
One of the cool parts about that sequence, it was 2 cars. It was a pickup truck chasing another car, and it was in the snow, and he was with a Native American guy. But when he gets out of the car and he turns the corner, he has a walkie-talkie on his hip. And you can clearly see it if you Google it. The images are there. People still hit the still button and they pause button and they screen grab it. And and when you work in the film industry like I do, what they do is they put a walkie inside the car to give you direction when you're driving past camera, or they'll say go back to 1, you hit the brakes, you turn the car back around, go back to 1. And so he had a walkie on him, and he had it on his waist, but when he turns the corner and he's got the jacket, and it's a walkie that's clearly like not from the 1930s. And so it's just pretty cool if you ever catch that. But it was cool to see him. He has a beard because he was shooting The Fugitive, and The Fugitive was shot, part of it was shot in Asheville, North Carolina. The train, when the train, when he gets hit and he jumps in the prison thing with the bus, and the train are still there. The derailed train and the bus still there. It's like a tourist. People still go there and see where the wreck site is, because they did it on an area of rail line that was never going to work again. And so the train is still there, turned over and destroyed and exploded and all that stuff with the bus. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. He has, but the Indiana Jones scene, he's got the beard. And so it's like when you watch an Indiana Jones with a beard, it looks he looks good in the scenes.
They also did a bunch of novels as well.
Yeah. I want to rewatch it. I haven't watched it in years. Like I bought the DVD sets, but they're still sealed. I didn't even pop them open.
That was in the 50s. It was the time for the bookend. It said Indy was in the 50s, and then he tells the story and flashes back. So yeah.
Well, the walkie on his hip is from the 90s.
I still don't understand why people don't like Crystal Skull. I mean that movie, I don't get it.
I think it's
that
fun.
So good. Yeah,
I think it's fun. I do know the cringe moments, but there was cringe moments in Temple of Doom too.
I don't know where I couldn't
jumps
tell you
out
what
of
the
a plane
moments are.
onto a
I think after the waterfall in the duck when Karen Allen's holding the steering wheel, and she's like this, and then and frozen, and you know how hard it is to take a steering wheel off a car. I mean, it's near impossible, and even on those old ducks like that, trying to pull a steering wheel off, and then like she was holding it so hard in that grip when it fell that it came.
But
I was like.
People have double standards though, because there's the scene where Cate Blanchett and Shia LaBeouf are having the sword fight as they're driving through the woods, and they're on the car, and it's clearly green screened. And I kept hearing people go, "Oh, this looks so fake. This looks so fake." And I'm like, "Well, then you're full of shit, because you had no problem with The Last Crusade when they're in the plane and they're clear as day on a blue screen.
Yeah.
Like there's no two ways around it. It looks equally as fake as Last Crusade did, but I never heard a single complaint about Last Crusade.
Yeah, I think I don't know why that, that was always my big complaint about Last Crusade was the optical compositing it's just terrible, and they could still go back and fix that. And I don't know why when they spent all that money on Raiders of the Lost Ark and did a 4K scan
after George Lucas and the special editions, they don't want to touch anything.
No, but but they did take the reflection of the Cobra out of the glass in Raiders of the Lost Ark. When so they did do a little touch-ups, but it's funny that 4K restoration is so good you can actually see where they failed doing a focus pulls, and but in the theater on a 35 millimeter projector you don't see it, but in 4K scan you see where the first AC didn't get that focus right on a shot. Everything looks soft and you're like, ooh, but it's forgiven on 35 millimeter, which is the beauty of film. But I don't know, the optical effects, even Temple of Doom, when all the stop motion thuggy soldiers fall off the cliff, the compositing's terrible, on that, but people let it go. What I don't like about that scene with Shia LaBeouf, it was when the vegetation kept hitting him in the crotch while he was trying to do the sword fight. That's where it lost me. Like, it was little moments like that. I was like, it was cool that he was sword fighting, and then she kicked him back over. But when he's like when the cars start to split and he's doing the split, and then the thing's hitting him in the balls, I was like, okay, that's where they went too far with it. They just went a little too far. And the rule in comedy is never tell a joke more than twice. That's the rule in comedy. And in Crystal Skull, when the Paramount symbol crumbled, you had the prairie dog come out. Well, that was joke number one. And then the prairie dogs came out when the rocket went across and they were, the Russian and him were stuck to the rocket car, and it went across the desert, and they're like, who? And they like watched it go by, all the heads of them. And then after the refrigerator incident, he comes rolling out and another prairie dog pops up. So they told the joke twice. So if they'd have just left it at 2 prairie dogs, people would have bought it and kind of let it go. But when they went for the third one, people just went nuts over the CGI prairie dogs. And so they literally broke the rule of comedy by telling the same joke more than twice. And so there were flaws within the film that people one of the biggest ones was the editing of the scene when they were sitting in the diner and he was telling the story about, do you know my mother, Mary Williams? And he's like, I knew a lot of Marys. And he slams his hand down and he goes, don't talk about my mother like that. And he's like, hey, settle down. Well, when he took his fist and he hit the table and stood up, the ketchup and mustard bottle fell over on their table. And when they cut back to Harrison Ford's coverage, they're standing upright. Then when on the close-up, he goes, sit down, kids, sit down. And then they go back to the reverse over Harrison's shoulder, looking at Shia. Harrison Ford reaches over, picks up the ketchup bottle and the mustard bottle and sets them back up as Shia sits back down. So there was a complete continuity error that was so blatant. Like when you've got a script supervisor who is one of the best in the business, and then editorial, and then Spielberg gives approval of the takes, how did you miss the falling over, reappearing, falling back over, set back up, kitchen or ketchup and mustard bottle? So for me, as I was watching it, I was seeing things going, how did they miss that? Well, how did they miss that? Why did they do this? Why did they? And I don't know. It just seemed like in the end, they just kind of slapped a lot of it together, I
see a lot of that though. Like there was that in Spider-Man, in the original Spider-Man, like when Tobey Maguire's testing his web shooters and he breaks the lamp, but then Uncle Ben walks in and suddenly the lamp's back and it's perfect again. And then a minute later it's broken again. And
yeah, I mean, you're going to have those things, but when you spend $185 million making a Indiana Jones film and you've got Steven Spielberg as the director, those things shouldn't happen. And so for me, like when I heard that Spielberg was going to not do the next one, I thought, you know what, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
He was a little, I think he was a little bored. Because at that same time, you look at he makes Lincoln with Daniel Day-Lewis, which is absolutely amazing. You had Munich, you had all these really amazing films, and then this one comes out, and there was so many kind of flaws with it. You were like, did he just dial? Did he phone this one in?
Do you think part of it is he didn't want to touch Indiana Jones without George?
Before we continue, there, Perp says he has to head out, so thank you, Perp. Thank
you, guys. Thank you, guys. Fun discussion.
I'm gonna head out too. So.
All right, thanks, Crazy Joe.
Later, guys.
Hey, Sean, someone has a question for you in the chat. What
What's
happened to your TV show that you were doing?
Oh, no, it's still in active development. So I signed a development deal, an 18-month development deal with a company called Global Genesis Group in Los Angeles. I signed that deal. We started negotiating last August. It was finally signed on December 13th. So I'm like 7 months in to an 18-month development deal, which means they still have time in the next 18 months to get the full funding, the whole 9 yards, and get the thing going. Now, the writer's strike and everything just kind of put everything to a halt. And so, I'm looking at an 18-month development deal, but it looks like the last couple of months are nothing. Like actually from the first of the year when everyone was talking about the writing strike, like nobody wanted to make moves. Nobody wanted to develop anything and make anything. So we're just kind of like holding on. And then Paramount, I know you've been hearing about Paramount. They've been hemorrhaging money. They're having a tough time. They lost they had to write down $500 million because they're losing money on their streaming service. And I think by the end of the year, Paramount Plus will be gone. All the content will be absorbed by one of the other ones, either Amazon or somebody they're going to start.
Or Disney?
I don't think Disney.
I think Amazon would be a good fit because the Paramount Plus is already integrated in Amazon Prime. You get just the channel. That's all. I don't even go pay Paramount. I pay through Amazon.
Yeah,
it's pretty easy through there.
And so right now, Paramount is going to is in the process of selling the BET, the Black Entertainment Network, which is owned by the parent company is Paramount, and they're talking to Tyler Perry right now to possibly purchase it. And we were hearing that sometime in June, a deal may go through. And the Global Genesis Group, the company that I signed the deal with, they've had 3 feature films and a TV series all sold to BET Plus, their streaming platform. And so we want to be on BET Plus with Ballistic, my show. But we're waiting to find out what happens with Tyler Perry, because right now their streaming platforms, BET Plus has a kind of a cap on what they'll spend per episode. And the director who has signed on to direct the pilot and play a part in the show wants bigger budgets.
Okay.
So we're waiting to find out if Paramount sells BET to Tyler Perry, and if Tyler Perry says yeah and will increase the budget based on who you have directing and being in the film. And we have somebody pretty damn cool. And so
Paramount won't,
and I can't talk about it.
Paramount won't have their G.I. Joe Transformers movies that they're working on?
No, Paramount will still have that stuff, but what I'm saying is they won't have their streaming platform. They'll just like Sony. Sony's the smartest company on the planet right now because they don't have a streaming network, and all they've been doing is selling their content to other streaming platforms. Like all the Spider-Mans went to Disney because they're all on Disney Plus, and like they're not hemorrhaging money. They're actually in the black. They've been kicking ass all this time while going to hang out. We're not going to have a streaming service. We're going to keep doing the old school. We're going to make something, put it in the theaters, and then sell it to the networks to be on their streaming platforms or on network television. So Sony is the smartest company out there, but also people forget that Sony also makes televisions. They make the PlayStation. So Sony is not just a movie company. They're an entertainment company, and they were not going to put their toe into watching all these people borrow billions and billions of dollars to make content and chase each other's tails. So Sony's the winner, but Paramount, they can't keep up with the deep pockets or the deep borrowing pockets, because they've got deep pockets. I think the only one who's really just got more money than God is Jeff Bezos with Amazon.
Yeah.
So
have you heard anything positive about these strikes and any progress, or do you think it's going to be a while?
All right. So the Screen Actors Guild, what's today? Today's the 4th. I think their vote tallies come in on the 7th from all their actors. And there's 168,000 Screen Actors Guild members. So they're all going to tally up all the 168,000 votes and find out if they'll get a strike authorization, which means they don't have to strike, but it's a threat. It's like, you know what? The WGA has already struck. We have the threat capability right now to strike. The DGA, their contract is up on June 30th at the end of the month. The DGA usually sides with the studios because the studios are the ones that deal directly with the directors and the producers to kind of get their projects off the ground. So the DGA will probably cave on all the stuff that they want to do, or come to terms pretty close to what the studios want to pay the directors. But the actors, I think what'll happen is they'll get the strike authorization, and I think we'll see the negotiation to really start going and get done before the WGA strike on the 30th, and then it'll all be done and everybody will be back to work sometime in late July, like all the shows. Because my show
it makes sense with these. It makes sense with these other things coming up that they might want to see what happens with those first before they even finish the first one.
Yeah,
it's kind of like they're all symbiotic circle here to see what happens with these other ones that coming up too.
Yeah. And I think once that goes through, the last strike in 2007 lasted 100 days. We're a month into this one, and we'll see what happens when the strike authorization comes down. But a year ago, IATSE, who is the union that controls the carpenters, the electricians, the grips, and the hair and makeup, those kind of things, they had strike authorization. All their members voted, and they had strike authorization. But by midnight that night, and they didn't strike. They just had the authorization to strike. Mm-hmm. By midnight that night, they signed a new deal with the producers. So it could very well happen like that once SAG gets their strike authorization. And the problem, and again, because like when you have someone like James Gunn, who is a writer, who's a director, now he's a studio head. I mean, I don't know how any of that works, but the thing about it is if the DGA goes on strike or the writers are still on strike, like he gets paid through all these revenue streams.
Yeah.
So it's in his best interest to solve these things because it's hitting his own pocket. It's not like
the industry doesn't want to go into fourth quarter still being a strike right before 2024 without getting any productions and things greasing the wheels.
Yeah.
And that's going to be bad.
They could very well do a lot of unscripted reality shows this fall, and it may take some time to get things caught back up. But the main thing that the studios aren't like crying over when the WGA struck is because they could cancel all their development deals, and that's a lot of money being shelled out in development deals to different people to develop projects, and they could pull the plug, and they did. They've been pulling the plug on all these things.
I think the DGA reached a tentative deal today.
Did they?
Yeah, it's on. I just saw it on NPR.
That's great.
Oh, that's good. If we have,
I haven't seen that. I've been busy today. I haven't seen.
Let's pull that up. That's good news.
Hold on, let me find it.
Yeah.
Well, I really do hope. I do hope everyone in the industry. I really appreciate people working in the entertainment industry. I love entertainment. I say entertainment saves people's lives. You know,
it does. It's escapism. It does. And my last show was season 2 of The Summer I Turned Pretty on Amazon, and I wrapped that November 9th. I have not worked since November 9th of last year. And so we were supposed to do Startup season 3. We were supposed to, the first day of filming was supposed to be July 10th. And then I would be on that show all the way till December. And they right now the production office is there at the studio in town, but they're not. You know, they were going to have construction workers going and building sets and doing things.
Striking writers respond to DGA's tentative deal with studios streamers. What does it say here?
Yeah. Well, you could just play the article.
Striking writers respond to DGA's tentative deal with studios.
Well, this is important. So
streamers.
Yeah.
That was it.
With issues including protections against the use of mini rooms and span, the WGA still has a number of proposals on the table that are not going to be impacted by the Directors Guild's deal with the AMPTP. As the Writers Guild enters its second calendar month of a strike, a key alliance in its fight for increased residuals, wages, and AI protections has struck a deal with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers. In a tentative deal that is poised to be submitted for approval Tuesday to its national board, the Directors Guild of America spent all day Saturday at the table and reached a tentative agreement with the AMPTP just before midnight Sunday. The 3-year agreement sees the 19,000-member guild receive pay and benefits gains, increases in global streaming residuals, and protections against the use of artificial intelligence, which sources say was the last sticking point to a deal that came after less than a month of negotiations with the AMPTP. The DGA's current contract, along with that of SAG-AFTRA, expires June 30th. The actors branch currently has members voting to authorize a strike should its negotiating committee call for one. As one of its key talking points, the Writers Guild of America has stressed unity with other guilds in its ongoing strike against the AMPTP over such issues as streaming transparency, wage increases, and AI safeguards. While the DGA was wildly expected to close a deal with the AMPTP and avoid a strike of its own, the tentative deal, dubbed historic by its leadership, has not gone over well with members of the Writers Guild. Thrilled that the DGA was able to use the power of the WGA's labor action to secure a deal that works for them, writer Amy Berg, Jack Ryan, Warrior Nun, wrote early Sunday. We proposed a number of these terms before the AMPTP cut off negotiations in order to hand a deal to the DGA. They will continue to not speak to us, offering them next to SAG. But we have needs in areas they don't, and will secure a deal that works for us. This isn't it. Also keep in mind that SAG is due to announce the results of their strike authorization vote, and getting this done quickly is an attempt to undermine its impact. Between that and the strike, the DGA was situated well to get something that works for them. For them, not us. The WGA issued a statement on the DGA's tentative new deal on Sunday. We congratulate the DGA negotiating committee for getting a deal they are recommending to their national board for approval and presumably will then send to their membership for ratification, the WGA said. Out of respect for the DGA's ratification process and in recognition of not knowing the contract language they have negotiated, we won't be commenting on their deal points. Our own bargaining positions remain the same as they were on May 1st, 2023.
Okay, well, again, it's kind of what I was just saying earlier. The DGA works very close with the producers because they bring their those guys are hand in hand together. So I think I even commented that they'll probably take whatever they give them and negotiate it. And so, wow, that worked out great. Thanks for bringing that up because I was not aware.
Oh, no problem.
That had happened.
Well,
So that's,
it's something. That's, hopefully it's moving for, we want everyone to get back to work. A lot of people, there's supplemental people that rely on the entertainment industry too. These theaters need constant movies, and right now it's really thriving in the theater. The theaters are doing good.
Yeah, but you got to remember though, everything that's in the theater now was shot a year or two ago, and now it's so it's not like there's stuff that's waiting. There's stuff waiting in the wings where things get iffy if we keep the strike going is like a year from now. That's when well, if you're not making shit now, it's not going to show up next summer. That's the key. And that's like the Summer I Turned Pretty season 2 that I did last year drops this month, and then we're supposed to be filming in order to get it next June on Amazon.
And sometimes that could really hurt a show, even if it's good. If there's too much of a gap, sometimes people drop off.
Yeah.
They should release Batgirl.
Yes, I think so.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Well, this is a great conversation, Sean. We're happy to see you too, man. We wish the best for you and your family. It was great to see that your family loved The Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah.
So hopefully you're getting some time. I saw you taking advantage of some of your time off too. I think you went fishing.
Oh yeah, deep sea fishing. Went out,
riding a bike.
13 miles.
Good job, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I flew up to a friend of mine's house, and one of my buddies that I actually he directed the movie that I produced years ago, and we've been friends since we're 16 years old. And I flew up and hung out with him and just had a good time, up in Maryland. Yeah,
that's awesome. We're probably gonna end because it's midnight for me, and I gotta get relaxed for work tomorrow. And it's hot in here.
I hear you. I have no job right now. No, actually, I take that back. I'm actually starting a movie on Tuesday.
Okay, cool.
It's a small film. I'm trying not to talk about it, but I'll talk about it when we finish it. But because no one's really supposed to be. There are movies shooting all around this country. That are being done on the down low.
Yeah, but some are getting stopped too. Some productions. Yeah,
and we're not trying to get stopped. This one that we're shooting. So
yeah.
But anyway, so my content's going to slow down big time for the next 5 weeks. I'll probably not have anything.
Wish you the best, man. Wish you the best.
All right.
Hopefully we see you back and this will be over.
Yeah. But I'm going to bounce out too. I'm going to hit the sack. So
okay. Well, good night, everyone. Thanks, Sean. Go check out Sean on Twitter and YouTube. Go check out Taladia, CJH, and Brucifer. You can only find here. No, Brucifer's all over the place. Good night, everyone. See you later.